Time For's Power Rangers. Hey, Wolfpack, we're back with another surprise tier list, and I'm actually joined by a collaborator this time. Sorry, I almost choked on my own words. A collaborator this time. It's Wolf, my brother. He's back once again doing a Power Ranger tier list because I blackmailed him.
Yep, back to ignore my brother.
Yep, we're talking about one of the greatest Power Ranger shows of all time, Time Force. This was the first 2000 show, I guess technically second if you don't count Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah.
This was the turn of the century Power Rangers show. One of the greatest entries of this franchise, Power Rangers Time Force. I did a tier list on this way back. I ranked the characters. This time, we're talking about the episodes. Yep, all the episodes, the good, the bad, and the crossover. Gonna be ranking them all up here on this tier list from top best to bottom worst. So let me go over the rules if this is your first ever tier list. We will be talking about each and every one of these episodes, what we loved, what we hated, everything in between, and where they stack up on our ranking here. From top best to bottom worst. I do have their own unique rankings and categories again this time, because I like to drive Wolf crazy. Up top, we have Timeless. These ones are S tier, the best of the best, the gold standard, the greatest stories ever from this Power Rangers show, possibly this franchise in general. They are hit episodes. We love them. They are timeless classics. Underneath that, we have Quantum Power. These ones, definitely good. They're good, not perfect, might have some flaws here or there, might lost a point or two, but overall I would say they're good. They're fun watches. They're definitely entertaining episodes. They're still golden times. They have quantum power. Then right smack in the middle, we have Rookie Ranger. These ones are okay. They're adequate. They're fine. They're so okay. They're average. They did their job. They're entertaining. I probably would watch them, but they're not the greatest episodes, if you catch my drift. Have an equal amount of good and bad. They are Rookie Rangers. Then underneath that, we have Cyclonaut. See what I did there, Wolf? These ones are weak ones. They're lame ducks. There was definitely something interesting there. Maybe an interesting idea, a cool plot, but it didn't get fleshed out all that much. Didn't quite hit the mark, didn't super impress. It is a Cyclonaut. But at rock bottom, in bad, we have Your Time Is Up. Yeah, Wolf, you remember this catchphrase?
How could I not?
Only said it every episode.
Every attack.
These ones are F tier. They suck. Awful. 0 out of 10. Worst episodes of the show. Worst episodes of the series. And honestly, I don't think we'll see too many down here since Wolf and I ended up loving this show. Yeah, we recently had a binge watch of it again. I love Time Force. I'm addicted to good shows. Finally watched it with my brother again for years. We used to have like every episode on VHS. Yeah. Wolf, what did you think of Time Force?
It's definitely a step up from Lightspeed, I will say that much. As much as I do actually like Lightspeed, Time Force takes all of the good things from that series, I think, and just makes it better.
Yeah, you thought I was exaggerating when I said it was one of the best Power Rangers
yes,
shows. It's like, would better than In Space? No way. In Space is S tier.
Yeah, I love In Space. I don't think anything can top it. Time Force can tie it, though.
Yeah, Time Force is right up there with shows like In Space and Lost Galaxy, and even I like Lightspeed. I know some people don't. Personally, I thought it was a good season.
Yeah, it's
but also Dino Thunder and RPM especially. You know, when Judd Lynn came back. Yeah, Time Force, if you don't know, one of the greatest Power Ranger shows. Basically, the Rangers, 4 out of 5 of them are time travelers. They're tracking down this evil mutant terrorist named Ransik, who failed to conquer the city in the future, so he'll go back in the past, pulling like a total Samurai Jack, but in reverse. He time travels back to the year 2001 to take over the world. Of course. Yeah, Ransik, his plan is that he will conquer the world in the past. That way, in the future, his empire will rule. I presume that they can live for 1,000 years because they're mutants. Yeah, that's kind of the only explanation. But yeah, right. He's going to rule the world in the future and destroy the utopia that rejected him. Ransik was an outcast in society, has a lot more layers than the usual Power Ranger villain. He has a tragic side, but it's very clear his evil side definitely overshadows any sympathy in him up until the finale, but we'll talk about that soon enough. All right, already got some comments here.
Yeah.
Aw, yeah. Hey, Ultra Yara made it. My official beginning of the franchise. What was your official beginning, Wolf? I know we kind of watched it when they released them later on VHS.
Right, and I feel like we did watch some of them when they were live.
Yeah, my first Power Ranger show, the one that was on TV at the time, was Lightspeed Rescue, but my official intro to it was my parents got me the Psycho Rangers arc on VHS.
Oh,
I watched that, but In Space was long off the air at that time. And that was my intro to Power Rangers. Loved it ever since. The Psycho Rangers arc, definitely the highlight of my childhood. Loved it.
Yeah.
And introduced me to the vast world of the Power. What do you remember? We used to have a ton of Ninja Storm toys.
I know, because
and
the thing
Dino
is,
Thunder.
I do have fond memories of In Space and Lightspeed Rescue. Time Force, I've awoken memories of, strangely.
Yeah, I know we've seen them together, but it's been forever since you've seen them.
Right, and then I've kept up more when it was on Nick, I think.
When it was on Nick.
When it was the awful stuff, yeah.
I remember it being on ABC Family, back when that was a channel.
God.
Yeah, some crazy times. I followed it in the Disney era. I stopped at SPD. We used to watch it at our dad's house when we were going there. And yeah, I kind of stopped there. Mystic Force did not win me over. I will be watching it for the first time ever soon. Was hoping that you would join me in case you liked the Ranger show.
I'll have to see.
I've never seen Mystic Force, so going in it partially blind.
Yeah, and we've just, since the In Space watch through, we've just been going through the shows in order.
Yeah, we can definitely skip some. Yeah. I know you probably don't want to see Operation Overdrive.
I don't know.
Power Ranger Rap.
God.
Another Time Force tier list. Nice. Hey, Shadow Link, you made it. Racing to another time. Chrono Morphers are online. Timeless wonders, fire and thunder, off to save the world. Yeah. Love my off-key singing, Wolf.
Yes.
Don't really expect a lot to be on the bottom tier since the majority of Time Force is pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. I was shocked that Wolf didn't find an episode he hated until Lightspeed Rescue's crossover.
Yeah.
Even that kind of started out promising.
And that's what makes it hurt.
Wolf should check out Lost Galaxy. We did see that one together.
Yeah, I watched that one a couple months ago.
Right. Then Dino Thunder and RPM as well. Wolf might watch RPM with me. We're gonna check out Wild Force first, though. I know it's a mixed season, but Wolf's favorite ranger, the Wolf Ranger's in that, and I want to show Wolf Master Organ why he's a cool villain.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna watch all the Judd Lynn, Jackie Marchand ones.
Yeah, Wolf loves their riding the most.
They're the best. They are basically Power Rangers.
Yeah, they pretty much care. Judd Lynn saved Turbo. In your Dino Thunder tier list, I agree with the finale, because it would be cool if Mesgog's final form would be a Megazord and the Rangers would have their Zords one last time. Yeah, that was something I pointed out. Mesogog had this weird overweight Velociraptor form instead of a giant form.
Huh.
It looks kind of silly, and a lot of Ranger fans point out how phallic his neck looks.
Right.
It looks really weird. But yeah, the finale could have been improved, but I still love Dino Thunder. I thought it was a great show. Anyways, we're talking Time Force. We got every episode. Now, I will warn you, some of the multi-parters are crammed into one slot, so some like Force from the Future and the finale, all under one picture. Yeah, I know, it's kind of cheating, but some of them are pretty much a continuation of one story, so I thought it would be easier. There's 35 images on here, Wolf, and we're going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the Lightspeed Rescue crossover. Alright, so ready to start this with the first episode, Force from the Future, the pilot, the two-parter pilot.
Right.
Where do you want to rank this, Wolf? I would say timeless or quantum power.
Yeah, I'd say timeless. It is a very strong start. Not only do we have the death, quote-unquote, of the Red Ranger that we get used to, we actually get a good showing of what the future's like, what Rancic's like, a bit of the characters, mostly in the second part.
Mostly.
And I do actually like how Wes is introduced and played at first. How he's like a rich kid that he doesn't view this as like a fight for survival or anything.
It's a game. He's playing Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's just him having fun finally, because he can be free from the cage his dad is building him. And over time, of course, that will have to be broken and him be molded into someone worthy of actually being the Red Ranger.
I do like that they also kind of fake you out thinking that Alex is going to be the Red Ranger because Alex and Wes are played by the same guy. And you
Yeah.
see him in the credit card, but it never said Alex's name in the intro. Until he gets killed off halfway through and find out, in a twist, it's his ancestor who's the Red Ranger. Once again, we have a rookie Red Ranger. Wes is a total newbie compared to the Rangers, and a lot of people like that the Pink Ranger is actually the leader of this show.
She's also kind of a bitch.
Yeah, Jen is a ice queen. She's a
Yeah.
tsundere. She's very much a tough hard ass, and at the start, you kind of understand why her fiance Alex is murdered by the villain.
Right, and then the ancestor's nothing like him.
Right, he's the complete polar opposite, and she even points that out. You're nothing like him. All you ever do is stuff for yourself. You never had to fight for anything. And that kind of starts Wes's maturity, his coming of age story. Wes is growing up. He starts out kind of childish and juvenile, does learn to help the Rangers. We get introduced to pretty much the main villain roster here, Ranzik. Meet his daughter Nadira, Frax, who would become one of the deepest characters of the show.
And one of my favorites.
Yeah, I liked him even back when I was a kitten. I thought he looked so cool. All the kids in school told me they were afraid of him because of his design, but
Right.
I thought he looked really sick, really badass, had that epic voice.
Right. It also doesn't help that his eyes pop out every now and again.
Right, that jump scare moment.
Yeah, one of them actually did jump scare me. We'll say
Right,
that.
because you never saw it.
Exactly.
And, oh, we also meet Gluto, the most important character. This is like the only time Gluto fights the Rangers, too, in the
Right.
pilots.
Yep. Don Delero, he is not.
Nope. I didn't watch Time Force very much, but the villains I feel sorry for, Frax, because he literally showed his kindness to Ranzik and became a robot that Ranzik solely despised. Yeah, I showed you kindness, and you showed me hatred. So, the pilot honestly does a pretty good job. I thought it was pretty epic, especially coming off the last few pilots, which I thought were always kind of weak. Pilot episodes of Power Rangers usually are very slow, have to set up everything, and establish everything about the Power Rangers, who they are, what's the story, and all their toy weaponry. I honestly thought this was one of the best pilots in a long while. I thought Lost Galaxy had an interesting pilot, but it got kind of jumbled as it went on. Lightspeed Rescue, I thought the pilot was okay. Very quick, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they, become a team united in their first episode and show that these Rangers are already badass. Here, the team is basically forming. We learn more about them and set up a lot of character arcs, set up a lot of the setting, and set up that, yeah, this is going to be the premise of our show. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Like that Wes kind of starts his character arc here. Jen is pretty much the leader for the first half of the series until Wes starts growing up more. And Ranzik, Nadira, and Frax are definitely threats in this episode. They nearly wipe out the city until the Rangers come.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, aren't you missing someone? I destroyed you once. I'll do it again. Really epic fight.
Right.
Yeah, I think the first episode, it's timeless. Going
Yeah,
on to S
yeah.
tier, one of the best episodes. Might actually make my top 10 if I do that official video.
Yep.
Alright, so next came...
Something to fight
something
for.
to fight for. Okay, yeah,
got
this
it.
is... okay, sorry. My bad.
And that's the stream.
This is one that introduced... sorry, I need some water.
Yeah. Better chooses their flying thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get more of their toys, more of their weapons, and the first Megazord fight. They release their first mutant, and again, still establishing stuff. The mutants have, cryogenic prisoners, and Rancic is going to release them one by one in a Monster of the Week formula. Send them out to destroy the city and the Power Rangers. It probably would have made sense to send them all out at once, but yeah. He sends, this weird, Megazord turtle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this robot turtle. He goes out and fights, and we get introduced to all their weapons. We see this ship thing, which oddly they did not use often later in the series. It was
Right.
important for the first few episodes. It transported the Rangers, and they get the Time Force Megazord. This is their first fight. We have that cool Matrix fight where they're shooting each other in the midair.
Yeah, which is used over and over in the opening.
Right. I remember the VHS also kind of counted this as part of the Time Force beginnings.
Yeah.
This episode is included. It's supposed to be a bonus, but it more or less felt like a continuation of the pilot.
Right.
Where do you want to rank this episode? I thought it was Quantum Power good. It was
Yeah.
fine.
It helps build Wes more.
Yeah, we get more of Wes, more of
right.
him helping the Rangers. We do also see more character traits, like Trip is the tech guy, Circuit gets a lot more exposition in this episode,
That's
and
right.
we see Katie has her super strength. She's like lifting up ship rubble.
Yeah.
So is Katie like an alien or a
That's
mutant?
never explained. It
The
never
actress
will
kind
be.
of teases fans about what she is. Where do you want to rank this one, then?
I think in quantum power.
Yeah, I thought it was also pretty good. Fine, not as good as the pilot, but definitely good. But yeah, Wes shows up and he decides to take being a Power Ranger seriously. That's the big story in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought it was pretty good?
Yeah.
I thought so too. Okay, we'll put it on to quantum power. All right, next they moved.
Rancic lives.
They move to the clock tower and get jobs. Yeah, the Power Rangers actually have jobs in this show. The Rangers become workers for Nick of Time doing odd jobs around the city, kind of like hired help.
Yeah.
They're like day laborers or something.
Right.
Yeah, they live in this clock tower that Wes's dad owns but never uses anymore. And of course, the clock tower becomes their iconic base. I remember you thought this place wouldn't last long.
Yeah.
You thought there was going to be a fight scene here, and
Right.
there was eventually. But yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we get like a lot more setup. They get jobs, they get a base, and we see the Rangers starting to trust one another more. They're trying to adjust to 2001 society in the past, and Rancic actually gets a lot more character here. We finally get some lore and look into him. Rancic ends up taking Wes hostage because they happen to be working at the radio station
Yeah,
he
they were
attacks.
painting the walls there.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, helping the office. And Rancic came up with the idea to spread fear and a message to the people of the past by taking over a studio, basically. And both of them happen to meet here at this exact place.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, Rancic abducts Wes and tells him his backstory and tells him where he comes from. In the future, society is perfect. We genetically engineer babies now. Everything is great.
Eugenics is cool again.
Right, all these test tube babies are being manufactured now.
Yeah.
Society created great beings, but some are not so perfect. Some are accidents, like him. We see, honestly, in a very hardcore scene, one of the baby tubes like cracks open and goes down a sewer and forms into Rancic, and this is implied to be his birth.
It's kind of weird because he comes out as a fully grown man.
Yeah, he didn't have like a childhood or anything.
Yeah.
Rancic is like a grown-ass adult. Rancic is mutated in this gross nuclear waste puddle, and he was a mutant. Telling us what mutants are, they're the rejects, the badly developed babies. They're ostracized by society, looked down on, and treated very unfairly. And Rancic, as a lot of fans point out, is kind of like their Magneto. He fights for basically their equal rights, but really wants to oppress them. He wants to make mutants the dominant race, and that's why he wants to destroy the future, kill all humans, and kind of his arc all the way to the end. Why Rancic despises society and humanity.
Yep.
And yeah, Wes honestly actually feels sorry for him, but does call him out, saying that what you're doing is still wrong. You're still terrorizing innocent people, especially because when you get down to it, he's attacking people in the past who have no idea who he is.
People who haven't even created the technology yet either. They are
Right.
so far removed from what created him.
And-
He's attacking the most innocent people.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of appreciate about this episode. It's not saying that Rancic is completely innocent. That Rancic has sympathetic background, but he is not in the right. And that's a lot of problem a lot of current day writers would have done. They would have had Rancic be the misunderstood hero of another story. It's like, no, he was a victim turned victimizer. And that's kind of the tragedy behind it.
Yeah.
And does kind of make you question what they're gonna do with Rancic by the end of the series, since, yeah, they do kind of establish his life was sad. He was treated differently. He was rejected. He was literally like a homeless guy living in an alley, causing people to be
Yeah.
afraid of him.
And it definitely plays into my overall favorite part of this entire series, which I'll save for later, actually.
Okay, but yeah, basically, Wes decides to side with the Rangers still, that Rancic is still a danger, he still needs to be stopped, he is still ultimately the bad guy at the end of the day, and we get more of the teamwork, the team trusting each other, the team comes to the studio, helps save Wes, and have another epic Megazord battle.
Yep.
They defuse it, and now the world knows of Rancic. Where do you want to rank this episode? I know this one was kind of hard to remember because it's so early.
I know, right?
But I'm going to put it on to Quantum Power also.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it was pretty good,
Yeah.
but could have been much better. I will put it above the Megazord episode, though, because there was a lot more story here.
Right.
Since we're on the topic of first Power Ranger shows, you're all gonna laugh. The first Power Ranger show I saw is Samurai. I didn't watch the others until the old ones.
Nice.
And the 2000s one. Samurai, I tried getting into it. It was not good. Sorry, catch them on comments.
Okay.
I read that one. Read that one. If I can't rule the present, then I'll just rule the past. Classic Ranzik quote.
Yep.
What weird crossover did they have this season? Lightspeed Rescue. I believe that's the only crossover, unless you want to count the medieval times.
For the crossover with the Black Knight, yeah.
Nothing's gonna top the weird crossover the Rangers did with the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, God, yes.
Remember the Next Mutation Ninja
They
Turtle?
were so better when they were evil.
Right. But weirdly, the Rangers also flirted with the Turtles.
Yeah.
Like, do they want to hook up with the Mutant Ninja
I
Turtles?
know, it's weird.
It's weird. Okay, yeah. This episode, definitely awesome. It is Quantum Power. Not in my top 10, though, but still pretty good.
Yep.
And alright, next we actually have the title of Blue Streak. First Lucas episode, Wolf.
Yep, he has to get his driver's license.
Yep, Lucas has to go to driving school. Remember, a happy driver is a safe driver.
Oh, that poor man.
Poor nerd guy, yeah. It's kind of a comedy episode in this one. Lucas used to be a race car driver. He doesn't have a license set in this timeline, though weirdly the cop never questions the hologram high-tech looking
Right.
license. Pretty funny, but yeah, they blow it off as like, is this a joke? It's like, dude, they have like high-tech you've never seen
I
before.
know, right?
But yeah, Lucas has to get a license from this timeline and go to driving school. And as you suspect, a monster will come into play and interrupt his driving lessons.
Right, because it's where the daughter wants the guy that can drive fast.
Right? I think Ben 10 and the Batman also did this exact plot line.
Right.
Like, one of the teen characters tries to get their license, but of course they have to be a hero and fight a villain or a monster and causes unintentional mischief along the way.
Yep.
Honestly, I thought this episode was fine. I
Yeah.
might put it onto Rookie Ranger. Oh yeah, also they get the time cycles.
Yep, the vector cycles.
Yeah, you love those. I like the Lightspeed cycles more.
Definitely. But hey, more toys.
The Lightspeed cycles destroyed the
I
Viprari.
know, right?
These ones just keep up with Nadira's card. Your thoughts on Nadira? Oh, what do you think, Wolf?
I think I'll...
I know she gets a lot more character later.
it's really in the
this show.
finale.
Yeah, really. Well,
Unfortunately.
Nadira's dream date also set
Yeah,
up.
that one is pretty funny.
That was pretty
but
funny.
overall, I think she's fine. She doesn't do a whole lot, but when she does stuff, I think they balance the more qualities that would be annoying
Right.
out.
She's kind of the comic relief villain for the first
Exactly.
half of the series.
And I do like her goal of she just wants to get rich.
Yeah, I would say she's a much better Divatox.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a lot funnier, a lot more endearing, and actually doesn't get too annoying like Divatox's actress.
Right. And she still can be a threat with her long nails.
Right, she's more so like a funny bad guy. I do like that she treats fighting the Rangers as kind of more so a game rather than something serious like Ranzik. Her redemption arc is easily the greatest part about her,
Yeah.
but that comes much later.
And I do love her daughter-father dynamic with Rancic, where she is just his princess. That is absolutely adorable.
Oh dear God, the Japanese only crossovers. There's a weird Sentai crossover apparently.
Oh, jeez.
This reminds me of the quote Dino Thunder said, "What would Japan know about Power Rangers?"
Oh god, that's because I know Japan also did one in one of their series where they have English-speaking Rangers come in and they're called fakes.
Way better than Divatox, absolutely, Shadowlink. Nadira's a much better Divatox.
What are you talking about? She defeated the Rangers.
And I didn't like Hillary Shepard's acting. Even when she cameos in space, she's still annoying.
Yeah,
God,
God,
look at me, I'm astronomer. I'm so much better.
God, I hated every episode she was in.
Yeah, Nadira was at least funny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can get behind Nadira.
And they used her in small doses. She wasn't hogging the spotlight or camera like
Exactly.
Divatox was. Yeah, it isn't good except the Megazord battles and the Dayu and Decker's backstory and the Legend of Bulk and the newcomer Spike. Oh, you're talking about Samurai. And the
Okay.
Time Force Rangers doing normal stuff, but monster attacks happen. Yeah, Samurai brought Bulk back and
Right.
Skull's son, Spike.
Alright.
Yeah, Bulk is like mentoring his best friend's son, which is really weird.
That's fine.
It was just a
It's
way
like
to
an
get them
uncle.
back.
Yeah.
The one fight Rangers couldn't win was N64. Well, Superman couldn't win that race either. Okay, so where do you want to put the rest of the time cycles? I was thinking Rookie Ranger. I thought this episode
Yeah.
was fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Not one of my all-time favorites, but Lucas is one of my favorite Blue Rangers. He gets much better stories later.
Does
this one,
he?
yeah, I thought
He gets one better one,
the
but
Dash episode was pretty
but-
good.
yeah.
And Nadira's dream date was
Actually,
funny.
those two are great.
Yeah, we'll go over them soon.
Alright.
But Blue Streak, I think it's fine. I'll put on Rookie Ranger. It's an okay episode. Introduces the new toys, gives Lucas a lot more to do, gives a little more backstory, but it's a lot of comedic adventures, and it's funny, don't get me wrong, but not one of my all-time favorites. I'll put it on Rookie Ranger.
Yep.
Alright, next episode, Wolf.
A Parting of Ways, where Rancic kidnaps children.
Yep. Actually, it's Nadira and Tentacruel.
Well, yeah.
They kidnap children to hold them for ransom to make some money. And this one finally has Wes and Mr. Collins clash. Wes asks his dad for ransom money to use it to fight the villains. He pretty much says no and coldly leaves the kids to their fates.
Oh, I also love how 10 million is just too much, and then goes to the business deal like, oh man, your company's valued at 10 million, but
It's
that's
so
worth it.
Yeah. What a dick.
Right, he really wanted to rub it in his face.
Yeah, I was really hoping Wolf would like this episode because it gives Wes a lot character and changes the status quo.
Oh yeah, because he leaves his father at the
Yeah,
end.
Wes completely disowns his dad, decides he doesn't want to be a man like him, and he moves in with the Power Rangers, where he does actually stay until the finale.
Yep, because he wants to walk his own path instead of the one laid out by his father.
Yeah, so I thought the villain was also pretty cool, Tentacruel. I remember this thing being much scarier as a kid, but honestly, I still think he's really funny. He can detach his head. He's like this flying
Yeah.
octopus thing. And yeah, his body is like this mech that serves him. Nadira gets a lot more screen time here. She's the funny villain, tries to steal the money, acts petty, and hilariously, Wes steals the money back from her.
I do love that.
Right? She doesn't get her way. That was kind of an interesting thing. Nadira's always comedically defeated in these episodes, which makes what happens to her in the finale hit that much harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wes saves the children, gets the money back, and he was actually never going to give the money to the villains, but he needed it to help in their scheme. He
Right.
needed it to, like, distract them, like, show the money. And Mr. Collins pretty much still wasn't going to do it, and it ends with him telling him that, oh, Mr. Collins, you gave the money to help save the children, and Wes pretty much lies and covers his ass, but then says that they're gonna donate that money for, like, the children's orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mr. Collins and he finally go their separate ways, and their butler gives him a nod of approval.
Yeah.
And honestly, I really like this episode because it's the first episode that really showed Wes was starting to grow up. He was changing for the better. He did not want to be like his dad, and in later episodes he mentions he wanted to be like his dad at first.
Right.
He like completely looked up to him, admired him, and this kind of broke him in a way because he didn't like seeing his dad for what he was, basically. Wolf, how did you feel about seeing this one for the first time?
God, I cannot remember for the first time, unfortunately. I'm looking
Right.
all these back with everything in mind. But
Right.
it's still really good. The dynamic between Wes and his dad was amazing.
Hey, Space Opera, glad you can make it. I feel sorry for Rancic, but unlike the Time Force Rangers future, the racism we faced wouldn't be acknowledged until the 2000s and now, but still though, Rancic really did deserve rejection. Well, I mean, he was also killing people, but yeah, he became like a cult leader for the mutants.
Did he? That's never really fully explained. He becomes feared by most of
Well,
them.
we get like one image of like all these mutants like praising Rancic and like
But
doing
what-
like a
that was,
Nazi rally.
But I'm pretty sure that was his retelling of events, though.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was I thought it was like partially true that maybe
it
these people
probably
do
is,
look
yeah.
up to him, because all the mutants seem to know Rancic in prison, telling him, "What are your orders, Rancic?" And he tells them, "Kill the Power Rangers,
Right.
and I'll do anything for you."
Again, though, I feel like that's part of just like the fear. They know Rancic, they know what he can do, so it's better to just do what he wants instead of be killed by him.
Right. But some of them seem like they're actually buddies and friends
Oh, yeah,
with him.
some probably
like
were.
sometimes he pals around with them. You want to consume power? How about eating Power Rangers?
God, you love that line too much.
It's so cheesy, but I love it.
I know. It's the right amount of cheesy.
Okay, so this episode, I'm thinking I'm gonna put it onto Quantum Power also.
Really, not timeless?
It's almost there for me, but
Alright.
it's just missing something.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I could put it at the end of Timeless.
You can put it at the top of Quantum then.
Alright, I'll put it up above Quantum Power. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a pretty good episode, an A-tier episode. I think it's just kind of missing something, and it would a lot of those later stories are definitely better for the Wes and Mr. Collins relationship drama, but I think this was a pretty good start. I'm gonna put it onto Quantum Power. Definitely worth that 10 million.
Yep.
Alright, next episode. Your first Circuit episode, Wolf.
Short-circuited. I will be honest, I was worried I would not come to like Circuit. I thought he would be the annoying, like, pet/animal sidekick kind of thing.
Knock off Alpha 5.
Yeah.
Circuit was the cute kid appeal character. He's basically their tech guy. He's their computer. He's their helper. He summons the weapons and Megazords and banters with the Rangers occasionally.
And he's Trip's best friend.
Yep, he's all their best friend, okay?
I know.
He grows like
but
him.
he's mainly Trip's.
So Nadira starts to realize why they're losing to the Rangers so badly. It's because of Circuit. So she has the idea to sabotage their techie and make him dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Like he's short-circuiting, basically. He's
they
not
break
working.
him.
They break him, they sabotage him, and they mess up the Rangers' mojo. And they start losing badly to the villain, and Trip is trying to desperately fix him. Where we get to see more of the bond between Trip and Circuit. I guess this was also kind of a Trip episode.
Yeah.
Since he's mostly friends with Circuit. Yeah, Circuit is like melting down and saying really random stuff.
Right.
I remember you didn't think it was that funny, though.
That's right, this also has the Trip using his mind gem thing.
Right, which only comes up when the plot demands.
I know.
Okay.
But he also shouldn't use it all the time, like playing cards.
Okay, so I agree. I see where you're coming from, where you thought Circuit would suck, but
Yeah.
he ended up being one of the more likable characters.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I really like Circuit because he had a cool design, and the voice acting is pretty good.
Yeah.
Here, a little more comedic than I thought. I thought Nadira sabotaging Circuit would lead to some serious issues, but no, it's kind of played for laughs.
Right? I thought they would try to do the thing that, funny enough, the Turtles did, where they rewired and hijacked the ship.
Right. Yeah, this was definitely good Wes choosing his own path episode, but there's one other episode with the focus I like even more, and I think you all know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, there's much better Wes versus his dad episodes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Did 4Kids or ABC Family did the dub? Oh, that's hard. I think it might be ABC Family, because
Probably.
4Kids like aired them like without edits until later.
Yeah.
Nah, if you want an annoying Alpha, just watch Turbo or Operation Overdrive's crossover. Yeah, Alpha was annoying. He was the rapping robot in Turbo.
Oh, God.
Yo, Rangers, what's the dealio? You don't worry, Wolf, we're not watching Turbo.
Know. I'm very aware of how much you want to escape it.
If you're curious, you might want to watch the finale, Chase into Space.
Yeah, just watch the ending. That's all you need.
That's all you need, really, yeah. Chase into Space is what people argue is the best Turbo episode because it's basically the darkest hour. The Rangers lose completely. They lost their power. They lost Zordon, and it ends with them going into space, leading to a much better show.
Right, thanks to the Nasada guy.
Right? And Justin is finally dumped on Earth. Yeah, that... I have problems with that finale, but that's a topic for another video.
Yep.
Where do you want to put Circuit's episode? I was thinking Rookie Ranger, honestly. I thought it was fine.
I do like also the moment where
I'll put it
Trip
above Blue
saves
Streak.
him.
Yeah, Trip is Circuit. They're total
Right.
friends.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet and wholesome. A lot funnier than the usual episodes, but even Time Force had much better comedy episodes later.
Yeah.
I think it's another fine one. Definitely another decent entry. Worth a watch, but not one of the all-time top 10 episodes. We'll put this one on Rookie Ranger. Alright. Ooh, next is Jen's Revenge. You remember this one, Wolf?
Yeah, where she goes after Rancic.
Right, so this one has a lot more plot and a lot more character stuff. The MVPs of this one are Jen and Frax. This one introduces Frax as the Starscream. This is the one where they get the bounty hunter mutant to go after the Rangers. The mutant is apparently an enemy of Alex and taunts Jen about Alex's death, causing Jen to kind of lose it, given to blind rage and hatred. She's like completely failing to listen to the other Rangers and nearly murdering this mutant in cold blood.
Right. Wasn't this the guy that was like their first catch together?
Yeah, we do get the flashback. We see where they fell in love, and yeah. Like, Alex helped her in the academy. They caught this guy. Hilariously, this guy is kind of comedic at the start. He gets, like, $500,000 and goes on a shopping spree with Nadira. She, like, used him to buy him her stuff. One way to get their money back, but yeah. With Nadira, I'm gonna get another payout. Don't worry, I'll be good for it next time. Like that, there a lot of the mutants simp for Nadira.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny. But yeah, kind of takes a really dark turn halfway through. Jen completely gets enraged, pissed off, and is out for blood. She's like trying to murder this guy because he disrespected Alex and taunted his death to her, showing that she is clearly not over what happened in the pilot, that it still haunts her. Then Frax also sets up this guy in Rancic to die, basically. Like,
That's
remember, he
orchestrates the whole, like, get-together for all of
he
them.
like sends a message to Jen pretending it's the bounty hunter coming to challenge her. Then he frames the bounty hunter for setting up a fake meeting where both he and Rancic will be there. And he's like, you set me up. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. And the Pink Ranger like shows up and
Yeah.
almost succeeds at capturing them all. But Jen also comes close to death here until the other Rangers finally back her up.
Yep.
Like, they finally help her, like, cool down a little, back her up, and show that she does need teamwork, where they finally take down the bounty hunter guy and establish that Frax is very much a Starscream conspiring against Rancic.
Yep.
The first time he, like, gets to show a lot more depth as a character, and would not be the last betrayal he'd try to commit. I'm not sure, I think this is also the one where he finds the X-Vault, too.
I wasn't sure if this was the X-Vault or not.
Right. Did it come later? I think it is the one.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, I know in this episode, one of the X-Vault monsters is unleashed.
Right.
Pretty much the episode of what happens when you really piss Jen off. She definitely almost lost her cool here. That was kind of funny, though. Believe it or not, Wolf, Jen's actress, Erin Cahill, said this was one of her favorite episodes to
I remember
do.
you told me that when we were watching it.
Right, but now we're on stream, so I'll mention it again.
Right. But yeah, and she definitely does get to show a lot of emotion here.
Right, she actually got to act, and she's not used to playing action heroes. This was kind of like her first time.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, she really got into it, really liked it, and thought she got to flesh out Jen's character here. And yeah, I could see why. Honestly, this one might make it on S tier, but what about you, Wolf?
I do think it could be timeless, yeah.
Alright.
Sorry, Sir Dion.
I'll put it under the pilot, though.
That's fair.
Yeah, Jen's Revenge, definitely a timeless classic. This is one of the episodes that helped make Jen a fan favorite Pink Ranger, and it will not be the last, but it is timeless. Love you, Rebecca Chambers. Alright, next is
The Time Shadow.
another new Megazord, and
Yep.
introduces the Mysterious Watcher.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I believe Frax does discover the X-Vault because the monster is too OP. Even their Megazord cannot defeat this monster. They
Right.
need backup, and we meet the Mysterious Watcher, this mysterious Albert Wesker-looking guy who hides in the shadows, giving the Rangers aid, reinforcements, and help from the future. They build up to who it is, but I'm sure you all probably guessed it if you watch this show. But yeah, we'll get to that later. But yeah, the Mysterious Watcher sends them the Time Shadow, this super duper badass OP Megazord that brings darkness on
I
the land.
love that whenever it's summoned, it brings the crescent moon, it brings the moon with it.
Right, it brings
and when it
night.
leaves, the moon leaves as well.
Right. This
So
thing shows up and helps them defeat an X-Volt mutant, establishing that the Rangers got a new weapon, and both the heroes and villains are stepping up their game in this episode, which honestly I do like because it's still early in the series. It's showing you that, yeah, these are pretty serious villains, and the heroes are also starting to master their powers, and we're wrapping up giving them all their weapons.
But that's not the only thing that's in this episode. This also debuts the Raimei Destroyer, and although it's taken out in the same episode, the one thing it is that it's showing that the past is changing in response to Ransik and the Rangers. That humanity is now developing weapons and tech to combat a threat that they never would have had to deal with.
That's right, that thing from that Godzilla movie shows up, the weird driller
yes,
thing.
It is the same thing.
I swear, Wolf, it looks like the same ship from Godzilla Final Wars.
Yeah, I remember looking it up, and it was like, even the wiki was like, it's like the same, or like very similar to it.
That's kind of funny, though, honestly. Yeah. Where do you want to rank the Time Shadow, then? I know you really love it.
I love the Time Shadow.
I wouldn't mind putting it in Timeless if you want.
I could keep it low Timeless.
I'll put it below Jen's Revenge, that's for sure.
But also, the Mysterious Benefactor had me questioning things for a long while.
Right, you thought it was another relative.
I thought it was going in crazy directions.
And you actually thought it was Dr. Ferrix at one point, too.
Yes.
Yeah, but we'll get to him later. Okay, Time Shadow, definitely Timeless. Awesome episode. Definitely build up teasing some greater stories on the horizon, and very successfully. It is Timeless. Then next, our first Katie episode.
That's right, Future Unknown.
Yep, this is the one where they find out the Time Force Rangers are affecting time. They're changing history because
the Raimei Destroyer, basically.
Right, the weapons are being developed, and I believe this episode also shows that Frax was stealing chemicals, which in the future is a very powerful resource.
Powder, that's right. That was in the previous one as well.
And yeah, basically the Biolab discovers that this chemical is actually very useful and can help their technology. But this crystal was not supposed to be discovered until 100 years later. Yeah. They're changing time and fast-forwarding the future. And this kind of haunts Katie, making her realize that they could be changing their destinies, changing the lives they left behind. And Katie keeps talking about how much she loves her family. This is her family photo here.
Right.
Basically, she loves them so much and realizes that, oh no, I might be jeopardizing their very existence. I could change time so much that I might retcon their lives or maybe erase them entirely from history. And this is pretty much Katie's entire arc. She's like suffering a blue screen of death. She's spacing out. She is scared that they're destroying the future, destroying time, and having a crisis of faith. And the Rangers kind of are on the fence if they should continue being Power Rangers, continue the fighting. And it does lead to like a pretty badass moment where they all decide, I don't know what the future holds, but I know that people need our help now.
Yeah.
And Katie has her moment where she gets her mind together, gets her groove back, and realizes that, yeah, she should be fighting for her family after all, because she has the most reasons to be keeping up the fight.
Right.
She does have something worth fighting for. And yeah, it's basically the Rangers addressing that, yeah, they are affecting time and space through their missions, and Katie coming together, realizing that, yeah, what they're doing is still important.
Also, I'm looking at Wikipedia, and this is the first time it's actually mentioning the X-Vault, so this might be the debut of it.
Okay. I know it happened around this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did happen, like, fairly 1/3 into the series. Sorry, catch up on comments. Speaking of Operation Overdrive, what's your opinion on the Fear Cats? Because I think their designs are cool. I think the Fear Cats arc is kind of my favorite in Operation Overdrive. It was a nice idea, and I will say they were much better than the Snow Miser and Heat Miser looking villains. Yeah, Overdrive also had the lamest villains, Wolf.
What the heck is this?
Yeah, it's a Disney show.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I thought the Fear Cats were fine. Unfortunately, they're tied to a terrible show. Yeah, I definitely love Frax's slow build-up to his betrayal and why he wants to backstab Ransik, and the eventual payoff is great. Yeah, they do kind of keep it vague why he hates Ransik. You think it's because he mistreats robots.
Right, that's how it's that's how it's repeated for a while.
Yeah, for a while, because, oh, they treat me like a stupid robot, they mistreat the Cyclobots, they treat us as basically second-class citizens themselves.
Right.
You believe he's fighting back against the abuse, but we find out there's a much deeper reason as to why he's doing this.
Yes.
I do like that it does kind of foreshadow that Frax does have a connection to the Cyclobots, which, like, furthers his disgust over how Ransik treats them.
Yep.
Her first one is still a good one that, yeah, it's good to think about changing the future, though it shows that as long as you make good decisions, it doesn't matter. Yep. Speaking of Katie, it's kind of sad she didn't get more focused episodes. Yeah, the Yellow Ranger is our neglected ranger this series.
Yeah.
I swear, Wolf, there's always one ranger who's kind of out of focus in every Power Ranger show.
Right, last in Lightspeed it was the pink, really.
Right, they don't get enough episodes, don't get enough character, and are kind of sidelined because the writers prefer the other 4 Rangers before them.
Or maybe they just can't think of anything.
Yeah, last season it was Dana, who is
got
unfortunately
nothing.
the most disappointing Pink Ranger of all time.
What are you talking about? She was so close with me.
It's like, I liked her, I think she was pretty. I actually do like the modeling episode because it's funny, but she did not get enough to do.
I know.
And it sucks because she's in between some of the greatest Pinks of all time. Well, we had Cassie, Kendricks, Corone, then her, and then Jen, who's one of the greatest Pinks ever. She was overshadowed by Too Much Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you want to put Katie's Yellow Ranger episode?
I think in either Quantum or Rookie. I think it's
thinking
good.
low quantum power.
Yeah, because I really do like the moment where they all have their reason to fight, and it doesn't immediately get it. She's still in her own head about it.
I should have the biggest reason we're fighting for.
what-
What's wrong with me?
Yes. Like,
It's
yeah, it's dramatic as hell, but I love that.
I love that too. Like, they did have a lot of effort even for these
Yes.
outrageous moments.
Yeah.
I'll put it on low quantum power then.
All right.
Definitely an A-tier episode. Katie is an underrated Yellow Ranger. I really enjoy her. And yeah, this episode honestly kind of showed you that this show could have very serious and dramatic moments.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it does address the Rangers are affecting time after all. They're not gonna sweep it under the rug like most shows would. This one, definitely an A-tier episode. Katie has some quantum power.
Yep.
Alright, next one is...
The debut of the Electro Booster.
Ironically, a
Uniquely
Trip episode.
Yep.
Oh, this is another comedy episode. One of our first actual Trip episode. Trip has an identity crisis. He struggles to know his worth or place on the team. Trip is kind of undergoing some insecurities, questioning himself. A bit relatable, honestly. I can see a lot of kids gravitating toward this,
definitely.
and even some adults, sadly. But yeah, Trip thinks he's useless, thinks he's a loser, and wants to be like the other Rangers. And yeah, it's a comedy episode. This one does have the centipede that eats electricity.
Yes.
My favorite line, eat Power Rangers.
Uh-huh.
It's just so dumb but funny.
I know.
But yeah, basically, this thing is going around eating electricity, and they basically need a tech hero in this, and Trip is not acting like the tech hero. Trip tries to remake his image, try to be like the other Power Rangers, and we get a lot of funny epic fail moments in this episode. I do like Circuit actually likes Trip and says, "Oh, I like you for who you are, Trip," and he's just not listening.
Right.
So, he tries being like Jen and Wes working out, almost gets crushed by his own weights.
Right.
He tries to be a ladies' man like Lucas and has that hilarious fail.
Yeah.
He tries to like pick up chicks and knocks her into a fountain.
Right, and also compares it to like something else.
Right. And he tries being like Jen, having her cool combat moves. Remember, he tries running up the wall and epic falls. Falls and hurts himself and can't take out the centipede with any of her fighting moves.
Right.
Like, he can't hurt him. The centipede doesn't even like notice him when he's punching his back. It's kind of funny. And yeah, even the children don't want to be the Green Ranger.
Oh God, that's right. It's this episode.
It's like, I want to be red. I want to be pink. And the other two are blue and yellow, and nobody wants to play as the Green Ranger.
Yeah, God.
Reminds me of that Superman versus the Elite
I
scene.
know. Every kind of superhero thing has to have this episode.
Is this the one where he drinks a disgusting thing? Are you talking about...
I think so, because he drinks the, like, eggs
Oh,
in the
yeah,
morning.
he makes those eggs and
Yeah.
blends them together and thinks
Right.
that was enough.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so it is a funny episode.
Right.
But we do find out, yeah, Trip basically already had skills. They like him and cherish him for who he is, and he's the tech guy. He constructed this new Electro Blaster, another new toy, and pretty much failed to finish it until the end where he realizes this is the weapon that can help destroy the centipede.
Right.
Because of course, and yeah, it shows that Trip was talented and skilled after all. The kids who played Rangers from earlier get trapped in the slowest electrical fire ever.
Straight up, they should have been dead like an hour ago.
Right, I thought Trip was gonna rescue them first, but no, he
Exactly.
rescues them after. They get caught in like an electrical fire around the power plant, and they defeat the monster. It takes them a while to kill the monster as the fire's going near them.
Right.
But he still has time, and the Green Ranger saves the children.
Yep. And then when they go to the park, all the children want to be the Green Ranger.
Yeah, all
and all
four
his
of them.
friends then dye their hair green.
Right, they showed that they love Trip, and I will say it is a wholesome moment. I
Yeah.
love the Power Ranger friendship moments. They all come together, they all wear green wigs, or possibly dyed it green.
I think it was dye, yeah.
Katie wore a wig.
Oh, that's
Because
right.
remember, she wasn't
Yeah.
wearing it earlier. Yeah. They all show up and party with Trip, giving him a Hero's Appreciation Day. Yeah, I do kind of like this one. I think Trip's later episode is much better. This one is a hilarious, dumb comedy for the most part. What
Yeah.
did you think, Wolf? I know it's so cheesy.
I know,
but
it
that's what
really
makes it
is.
funny.
Really, again, the children should have been dead a while back.
It's the slowest moving brush fire.
Right, like they showed it for a while. They cut back to it.
I know,
I think.
that's why I thought he was going to save them first, because the fire was getting close to them. But no, he was fighting the monster, and when he gets back to them, the fire's now farther from them.
Yeah, and also because they were also like kind of in the same area, I thought when he was flying over, he would see the children first, mistake that as his team, and rescue them.
Right, I thought he would. He saves them all on their flying scooter thing.
Oh, God.
Where do you want to rank this episode? I know a lot of people really love it.
know.
I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Definitely.
Outclassed by a lot of better episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking Quantum Power, maybe
I
Rookie
was-
Ranger.
I was thinking Rookie Ranger, but I wasn't sure if it could be in Quantum, just because it is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. I like the wholesome moments a
Yeah.
lot more. I might put it on top of Rookie Ranger.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah.
But also, yeah, some cringy moments, like his attempts to pick up chicks and eating all that gross food.
God.
He wants to be like them.
Do love his attempt at the flip off the wall.
You mean Moltar and Furios, but part when you... those are the
Yeah.
Overdrive monsters. And when you call them the Heat Miser and Snow Miser, it was really hilarious. That's what they look like. I saw someone made a meme about it.
Nice.
And to be fair, yes, they are in a Disney show, but at least we got cool villains. Yeah, Venjix, the Machine King, is one of the best villains, Wolf. He's from RPM.
Oh, wow.
Hope you really like him. He's kind of Power Rangers Skynet / Ultron.
Interesting.
Pretty cool villain. Yeah, it is the one where he drinks those disgusting eggs in a cup, Yara. Even Circuit finds it gross. Yeah. He said that too. Trip is starting to feel like Booster Gold from Justice League Unlimited in this episode. Kind of, but Trip isn't doing it for the glory. He just
Right.
wants appreciation.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I love Pink Rangers, I always wanted to be a Yellow Ranger. Yeah, Yellow Rangers are cool. I always thought the Yellow Ranger was hotter than the Pink Ranger in most of these shows. You know, I love Maya, Wolf.
I know.
I also liked Ashley. She was adorable. Trini, she was beautiful. Like, look up Trini from the original Mighty Morphin. She was, like, really hot.
Camera.
And I thought, can't remember her. Kelsey, that's her name. Kelsey from Lightspeed Rescue. I thought Kelsey was actually hotter than
yeah.
Dana.
Yeah.
Loved
She has
her
her charm.
sleeveless, and she was really fun. And Katie is also on my Power Ranger waifus tier list, but not above Vipro Wolf. Yeah, Yellow Ranger is honestly pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, Trini's kind of cute.
Yeah, I told you. She and Kimberly were definitely the top 90s kid crushes.
Of course.
Oh yeah, good recall, Shadow Link. I did felt something familiar about that a lot, but didn't really make the connections till now. I'm very slow sometimes. It's okay, Yarrow. Some of us are slow learners. Okay, anyways, Uniquely Trip, I thought it was a pretty fine episode. Definitely had a lot of good funny moments. Not a must-watch, but if you like Trip, definitely a fun and engaging episode. I'll put it onto Rookie Ranger. Alright, next Wolf, we finally meet Eric.
Yep.
In Worlds Apart, I believe.
Yep, Worlds Apart.
All right,
With
let's
the
guess the
debut
title.
of the Silver Guardians.
Yep, we meet the protection force of Silver Hills, the Silver Guardians. Eric is actually not the leader at first, he's one of the officers working with them. Eric, played by Virgil himself, Daniel Southworth. And yes, Wolf actually finally heard the voice coming out of him.
Yeah. It gets there as it goes on.
We meet our 6th Ranger. He does not become a Ranger yet in this one. He does in the second part.
Yep.
And basically, we learn a lot more about Wes and establish Eric as a character. Oh, this also has your favorite scene. Guys, we got a job! We get to pick up garbage!
Yeah, which leads to the good moment where Wes and his dad have another talk.
Right, and Wes's dad is so disappointed in his son, thinks he's wasting his life and future and everything he planned for him.
Right.
Doesn't know that Wes is a Power Ranger until halfway in this episode, where Frax unleashes another X-Volt mutant, this really disturbing cockroach cyborg guy who almost murders the Silver Guardians until Wes takes a hit from him, leading to the legendary scene where Wes's visor cracks, and I thought it looked pretty cool. I was actually shocked when I saw this, because it was the first time I saw a Ranger suit being broken.
Yeah.
Really epic, and somehow both Eric and Wes Eric and his dad recognize Wes. See, how do they recognize him?
They recognize
Look at this
the
picture.
eyes.
That's all they see of him.
I know, right? It is weird, but it's just the eyes.
His goggles are broken. He's covered in ash underneath this thing, but Wes? And his dad and Eric call him out, and I do love that. Wait, son, come with me. You'll realize you're speaking a bunch of nonsense.
Right.
Basically, Wes finally tells his dad that this is his destiny. This is what he wants to do. He's a Power Ranger. He wants to protect the weak and innocent, something his dad and Eric would never do. And we learn a little more about Eric. They used to be quote-unquote friends back in boarding school.
Really, it's more Wes was trying to befriend Eric.
Yeah, Wes wanted to be friends with Eric. Eric was kind of ostracized because he wasn't a rich kid like them. He left because this place stinks. That's what he says.
There's too much rich kids here just
Right.
playing and doing nonsense.
Playing, doing nothing with their lives, and walked off, never to be seen again until now.
Yep.
He's that mysterious badass friend with a heart of gold.
Right.
Eric is established. He's kind of a lone wolf, very much a bad boy, and very strongly hinted that he's jealous and resentful of Wes, that he doesn't like him, that they have a rocky relationship, to say the least. Sometimes they get along in future episodes, and sometimes they're bitter enemies. This one, a little more on the enemies, that he doesn't see Wes as a friend, and establishing Eric exists, showing that Wes has come a long way, and both his dad and his best friend find out he's a Power Ranger, making them want to start their own, upgrading Eric to a leader of the Silver Guardians. The original captain gets his ass kicked and almost dies here,
Right.
and Eric basically snipes his job from him. He says, oh, promote me to the leader, and Mr. Collins is hesitant because he needs somebody with the skills of a Power Ranger, leading to the next episode.
Yep.
Where do you want to put the first episode?
God, I think they're both really good is the thing.
Yeah, I really like the Quantum Ranger arc. Eric is one of the underrated 6 Rangers. A lot of people love him, and of course, Devil May Cry fans really love this show because Daniel Southworth.
Right.
I do like Eric. I would say he's kind of the Vegeta of Power Rangers.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now I'm motivated. Why are some parents like this even to this day? They think they know better for their kids, and
Yeah.
that's Mr. Collins' mindset. He thinks he knows what's good for Wes, doesn't really take his dreams and hopes into thought.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take any of Wes into account.
Right.
He basically has everything mapped out for him.
Right. I heard there was a deleted scene implying that this attitude is the reason why the mom left them. Because they never mention Wes's mom.
Yeah, I thought that would come up in the pilot when Jen was like, you haven't like had to fight for anything. Like that felt like it was leading towards like something with a mom.
Right. The mom kind of disappeared. There was like this deleted scene where it would reveal that Mr. Collins' shallow, money-grubbing ways helped drove his wife away, basically. And yeah, I was going to reveal that that's why he's a single father and we never see the mom. And yeah, this attitude pushed away one of his loved ones before, making him like start to realize that he should probably change for the better. I think it was like kept out because they thought kids wouldn't understand because it's an adult relationship.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of a shame this got deleted, honestly.
I think it's fine without it.
But yeah.
You can already kind of infer that kind of thing.
Yeah, once again, we get more character from Wes and establishing Eric, who he is, and setting up the Silver Guardians, basically.
Yep.
Where do you want to put this episode, then, Wolf? Not the one where he gets the powers, but yeah.
Again, this one is still really good. I think...
I mean, saying stuff like wasting life, etc. Well, that's how they view... That's how they view some things. Like, oh, I don't think it's important and don't value it, so therefore I think you're being wasteful.
Right.
But really, he's not. Wes is helping people. Yep. Wes is getting actual fulfillment doing this.
Right. And he's not doing it for money like the Silver Guardians are.
Right. So, Wolf, this one was actually very faithful to the Japanese version. I actually watched a YouTube video showing how the Sentai Time Ranger played out, and
nice.
Yeah, it was kind of the same. Both the dad and best friend calling out the Red Ranger. This one was pretty much a full-blown English adaptation of it.
Nice.
Where do you want to rank it, then?
My brain is telling me Timeless, but, like, I'm not sure if you are
I could put on Timeless, honestly. I'll put it low on Timeless, too.
Alright.
You know, I might put it above the Time Shadow, honestly. That one's better, but
yeah.
Jen's Revenge still better. Alright, so, yeah, we'll put Worlds Apart onto Timeless. Introduces us to a Timeless Ranger, gives the Red Ranger and Mr. Collins a lot more character development, and basically was a huge turning point episode for the series as well. It is definitely S tier. Alright, next is the Quantum Quest.
Yeah,
I love this anime
Sixth Ranger.
Alright, this one, Eric finally gets the Quantum Power. So, it's kind of explained very weirdly, but the Quantum Morpher was sent back to the past, but they really overshot it, and was discovered by an archaeology team. They uncovered the Quantum Box, and you have to put your hand in this box to get the Morpher around it.
It looks like a rat trap every time I look at it.
Right, I'm sure they just glammed it up, but yeah. Basically, they have to get the Quantum Power, and we find out Eric discovers what this box is, realizing it has a Power Ranger Morpher in it. Ransik sends Brickneck to retrieve it, and they have the big epic fight in the desert because it's cheap to film there.
Right.
Where Eric manages to steal the box, leading to a chase for the box all throughout the episode. Everyone wants the Quantum Power. Eric hides the box, realizes how important it is, goes back to negotiate a deal with Mr. Collins, basically hinting that, yeah, he's gonna become a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
And leading to Eric getting the Quantum Power, and we get all this hype and really great aura farming images around him. He gets sets the warehouse on fire. They have that cool fight, and he does that weird tapping thing with his gun.
I love that so
much. You hear
much.
the echo across the warehouse district.
It's also to foil how the Rangers, when it does the clock noise, the doon doon doon. It's his own type of countdown.
You're right,
and it's really cool.
It's like they're sitting all smug up on the balcony.
Right, my God, how can you not love this asshole?
Right, and Eric single-handedly kills the monster, not even a Megazord fight because the Quantum Power is that OP. With that kind of power, who knows what Eric will do with it? And we get this cool anime stare-off where we see their images together. Yeah, I really like that. I might have to use that for a thumbnail one day. This one, definitely S tier. This is one of my top 10 favorite episodes. What about you, Wolf?
I love it.
You love it?
Yes.
Would you put it onto Timeless or Quantum?
Yes, I would. Timeless.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to put it above Jen's Revenge. You know, would you put it above the pilot?
I think I would.
Okay, I will.
I think the episodes get a lot better than the pilot.
Yeah, they do. And this one, definitely one of the top 10 greatest episodes of Time Force, and debuts one of the greatest Sixth Rangers.
Right, and I just love how the Sixth Ranger isn't, actually part of the team, really, ever.
He's a lone wolf ranger, like the Magna Defender.
Right.
Or the first one.
He's his own third team.
Eric, how do you feel? Never better. Beach, please, producers. What wouldn't we give for actually subjects tackling like this nowadays? Yeah.
Good God, yes.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that Time Force is much more progressive and better than today's progressive.
Right. It even talks about racism and stuff like that.
That's right. We're getting closer to that episode.
Well, I mean, the whole mutant thing itself is an allegory to it.
Right, and that's the theme all throughout the show.
Exactly.
And they never make it ham-fisted or force in your face.
Right, and then, of course, there's one thing I want to talk about when we get to the end. just because it's done so much better than what it's done today.
Almost there. Well,
I know.
honestly, we made pretty good progress.
Yeah.
We're already on Eric, and yeah, Quantum Quest, timeless, badass ranger, badass fight scenes, badass visuals, badass action, just plain badass.
Yeah.
Quantum Power is awesome. It is timeless. All right, next is Clash for Control.
We get the Q-Rex.
Right? They may have the Quantum Morpher, but I'm going to achieve the Quantum Saurus Rex. We get the Q-Rex, Eric's Megazord. So, the Quantum Saurus Rex unfortunately doesn't exist right now. It's trapped in the past, in the prehistoric Dino era, where Rancic sends a time-traveling mutant who, weirdly, he didn't have before, but that guy would have been so useful. But yeah, he sends a time-traveling mutant to go back in time and hack into the Q-Rex to take control for him. However, Wes and Eric follow him. Eric, like, gets that really weird starfighter from Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's like, how did he know how to use that? Yeah, he gets, like, a Star Wars fighter, and they go into a time portal, and part 1 takes place entirely in the dinosaur era, and I will say it is pretty cool, though some effects are a bit dodgy.
Yeah. It switches between clearly CGI and
clearly, like, animatronics. I love that the
Right.
Stegosaurus just rolls on by through the valley.
That was hilarious.
Okay, yeah. Power Rangers has always been hazy with its budget, and this episode,
I think really pushed it.
right, I will say it does look a lot better than modern day TV shows, sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can tell when it's CGI, when the T-Rex is suddenly claymation, and when it's an animatronic. But I think it's fun. It's a fun idea. I loved it as a kid, going back to dinosaur times, like watching the Red Ranger and Quantum Ranger run from a T-Rex.
Right, and I'm also glad it's bringing time travel to the time travel series again.
Right.
It's not just, oh yeah, we just hopped back and that's the end of it.
Nope, we do have some time mischief here. Though, did you find it funny that the T-Rex knocks Wes off a cliff, unmorphed, and he survives falling like 50
Right.
stories?
Look, he's just built different.
He didn't even morph into his armor.
No, right? He should have been dead.
He like falls 50 stories onto
Right.
ground.
He like does. He's like just
Like
shrugs
walks
it
up
off.
like a
Yeah.
hangover. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that really hurt.
Oh man, I think I stubbed my toe.
So they find the Q-Rex, and there's a lot of fun with the dinosaurs. Apparently the volcano is going off around this time, because of course it is.
Yeah.
And the monster actually gets control of the Q-Rex at the end, winning. Wes and Eric have a showdown, and it's kind of here where we find out Eric does not like Wes, or Wes is finding out for the first time too.
Yeah.
He almost leaves him for dead, but then, yeah, it comes back. You thought I'd leave you, huh? Just wanted to be a dick. And yeah, he goes back, and part 2, the Q-Rex is rampaging in Silver Hill. It's in the modern time, destroying everything, and Eric is trying to achieve control of it all by himself. And we get a really bizarre subplot here where Eric finally gets his job, and he wants to convince Mr. Collins to hire the other Time Force Rangers. He wants to be
Oh, that was
leader
in
of
this
their
one?
team. Yeah, it's in part 2
I
of
did
this
not
one.
think it was this one. I thought it was later.
Yeah, Eric and Mr. Collins are like so smug and arrogant
I
in this
love it
episode.
so much.
Your team
though.
will soon be taking orders from me, Wes. And like rubbing it in his face. Complete dick mode. And
Right.
yeah, Mr. Collins tries to buy them off, giving them money, resources, everything they need to help on their mission to defeat Rancid.
Right, it's actually a really solid deal, honestly.
Yeah, I will say it is pretty interesting, and realistically they would have considered it, but no,
Right.
they choose Wes because, yeah, they told Mr. Collins to shove it, because Wes is our friend. I do like that Eric is so arrogant, saying, my team's here to back me up,
Fall in line.
and they all just walk right past him.
Right, don't even treat him like he's there. So good.
He deserved that.
I know.
Yeah, he's like completely shocked and baffled. What? You didn't choose money and me? You chose Wes?
Right, you didn't choose all the tools at your disposal.
And yeah, the Rangers, of course, like Wes, it kind of solidifies their bond, and they fight the Q-Rex. Then Eric finally uses his quantum computer that's been in his morpher the whole time, realizes that the Q-Rex is being controlled, and one-shots the tiny chip on his, like, nose.
I know, right?
He's so badass, yeah. He, like, shoots it and gains the Q-Rex under his control and uses it to defeat the Time Mutants, where we advertise the Megazord toys.
Yep.
Sees what it can do, see it running in place like 50 times.
I love that.
I like, it looks cool, but dang, they do like 20 times in this episode.
That's true.
Yeah, can't take a drink every time you see the Q-Rex charging, folks. You'll definitely be drunk. But yeah, they take over, and he frees the Q-Rex, gaining a new ally, showing that, once again, Eric is actually a pretty good ranger. Very cunning, very smart, and does know what he's doing. He is mastering the powers very quickly, and I think that's why people like him.
Yep.
Where do you want to put this episode, Wolf?
God.
I mean, it's Power Rangers. Plenty of other Rangers dealt with more impossible odds. Talk about when he fell off the cliff and survived.
I mean, yeah, we in space showed humans can just breathe in space.
Yeah, I remember when Carlos took the little girl up into space without a helmet.
Now to see the rings of Saturn. Like, fuck off.
If we had another Power Rangers show that has the villains that are like the Fear Cats, called the Terror Wolves, because wolves are my favorite animal and they would fit. Wolf Rangers. We already have Merrick next season, Wolf. Would you watch a show if it had wolf Power Rangers?
Yeah. I think that's a given. Would you not watch one if they were all cat or cat themed?
Well, I would, but who would be an enemy of the wolves?
Cats.
Like the lion is the villain.
Right.
Alright, where do you want to put Clash for Control? Also S tier?
I think so.
I do like Quantum Quest more.
Definitely.
But this one, I'll put under it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Clash for Control, the debut of Wolf's favorite Megazord, the Q-Rex. Definitely timeless. It is a kick-ass episode and pretty much solidified Eric as a character who is going to stay. Really like it, really awesome.
I also really love that Eric never calls it the Quantosaurus Rex. It's only the Q-Rex.
I guess the actor probably had trouble saying it.
Maybe, but also goes to show that he does think of it kind of more as a tool. He doesn't need to know the name, just will follow orders even when he calls it what he does.
Alright, the Q-Rex is pretty cool. I do love this Megazord, even with it showing 30 times jogging forward to the screen.
Right. It's also very interesting because he never actually like pilots it. It's all like remote control. Yeah.
It's the future, baby.
Right.
This one going on to Timeless.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Wolf, we're getting to another wackier episode.
Bodyguard in Blue.
Yep, another kid-centric Power Ranger episode.
I think this one was done better, though.
Yeah, this is the one where Lucas is hired as a bodyguard. So, the scientist is studying the crystals and is adapting it into the quantum technology. So, Frax tries to steal this, sends a mutant to abduct the scientist. However, his daughter witnesses his abduction and believes that the Cyclobots are coming for her, which, weirdly, they are. Like, they're actually trying to kill her because she's a witness. She needs protection, where she goes to Lucas. And she's, like, impressed by Lucas's fighting skills because he beats up some jerk who was harassing a woman in the car crash.
Right.
And wants to hire this grown-ass man to protect her, leading to, of course, an adult and kid partnership episode. A lot of comedy. She's very snarky and kind of ungrateful towards Lucas for a bit.
She's very much wealthy.
Right? Some bodyguard you are. I need to call my friends. Hopefully they're better at their job than you. It's like, kid, shut up.
I know, right? He's the one protecting you. He could drop you off anytime.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because in most Power Ranger shows, the Rangers get along with children. Here, Lucas is our first who doesn't, which I thought was actually pretty interesting and give us something at least new from the kid guest star episodes. But we also meet that weird villain with the hammerhead shark face.
That's right.
He's like this hilariously bully character, like picking on Lucas. And you think this bear means anything to me? He burns the little girl's bear just to spite her.
I forgot about that.
It's so ridiculous.
Be an asshole.
But yeah, Lucas guards the kid. The Rangers are going around fighting the monster and trying to rescue the scientist. They end up helping him, and the girl witnesses Lucas, of course, morph, because we all pretty much saw that coming. Of course, the kid is going to find out you're a Power Ranger. Lucas stands up for her, and to be fair, Lucas actually gets to take charge in this episode. That was always one of the best things about the Spotlight episodes.
Yeah.
The Ranger, who would be the main character, actually takes charge in the fight this time. Lucas protects the little girl, saves her, buys her a new bear, and they kill the bully hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought this one was another okay one.
Right, there's also, again, I need to bring up tiny little thing, because honestly, I love the Silver Guardians. I love that entire lineup, and this goes to show, again, Wes's father and Eric, and how they still do view things differently. Because when they save the scientist, and of course, take credit for it, Eric brings up that,
He was unharmed.
right, but the dad just shrugs it off.
Oh, okay, very good.
Right, and it just goes to show that Eric, and more so the Rangers, very much value the human connection with the people they're saving, whereas the dad sees this as just getting money.
It's all about investments,
Exactly.
money, making like a big image, PR and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all he cares about, making his company look good and earning a huge profit. Eric does seem to care about people. We see he is growing a little better because he does care about the people he's protecting, and starting to realize Wes might have a bit of a point about Mr. Collins' behavior.
Right, and I think that does help save the episode for me.
Yeah, they actually feel like well-rounded characters.
Exactly, and it continues to build up the Silver Guardians and stuff like that. It just continues all the narratives.
Right. Although, where do you want to put Bodyguard Blue as a whole on this tier list? I don't want to be mean, but I was like thinking Rookie Ranger.
I can put it on the Rookie Ranger, yeah.
Better than Uniquely Trip.
I'm trying to...
That was on her Trip's
I
identity
know,
crisis.
I know, I'm just trying to...
Trying to
that one was kind of funny, still. Even with it being cheesy.
I could put it under.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a decent episode. I still
Right.
like it.
The child isn't hateable at the very least.
Right, and Lucas, I do like how he's starting to mellow out too, because Lucas was also kind of the serious ranger at the start. He and Jen were very cold to Wes, and his episodes were showing that he was starting to grow more attachment to people, lightening up, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think Bodyguard Bodyguard in Blue is an alright episode. We'll put it right there. These type of episodes are definitely hit or miss, but this is definitely one of the better ones. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It was an okay episode.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. The bigger story parts were definitely the highlights of it.
Right.
Though Lucas's adventure, it was cute and wholesome. Definitely not the worst thing ever, so I'll put it on Rookie Ranger.
Yep.
Alright, next wolf is...
The Legend of the Clock Tower.
Yep, we get backstory for the base. It's haunted by a ghost.
And also, we get another time travel episode.
And Katie is the star of this episode. And honestly, this episode kind of made me like Katie a lot more. She stands up to bullies and helps this loser guy get his life in
She has
order.
her own Back to the Future plot.
I think this is also one of the rare episodes where they use very little Sentai footage.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Right, and again, that just felt like an obligated fight.
Right.
Because they spent a lot of time on the narrative in the past.
So, Katie time travels back to the Old West, where hilariously no one is shocked or yelling at this black woman walking around here.
Right.
Yeah, I know, it's a kid's show, but it's just weird.
I know, it's, oh yeah, you're just another human being.
Right, so, yeah, Katie's in the Old West and kind of takes a few cues from Back to the Future, especially part
The entire
3.
plot line is Back to the Future, basically.
Where she helps this guy who's like this shy, socially awkward nerd stand up for himself, gain a spine, and deal with these douchey idiot bullies hassling him. He like works a low like farmer job and has a crush on a girl that the bully also is after, kind of replicating a lot of the Bulk and Skull trying to hit on Kimberly kind of thing from Mighty Morphin. But yeah, basically, Katie stands up for him, defends him, and teaches him to grow a spine, gain some confidence, and learn to fight your own battles, that some things are worth fighting for, and definitely your dignity and caring about others is definitely a reason to fight. And this guy, he's a bit cowardly. He bonds with Katie. They actually grow to like each other. We find out he's a poet. He likes writing poetry. He has, like, bigger dreams, wants to do better jobs than these menial labor jobs.
Right.
He's always picked on by this jerky guy who mocks him, until he finally stands up for himself, because conveniently, Katie is actually held back by 2 regular guys. Like, don't you have, like, super Hulk strength or something?
Don't you know if you grab a woman by her wrist, she's completely powerless?
Yep, the evil outlaws hold Katie back by the wrists, and all of a sudden her strength is gone. She's not a good Power Ranger. Leading to him finally kicking the bully's butt and beating him, punching him in the groin, and knocking him into manure. Manure! I hate manure! That's Biff Tannen, if you don't know, remember
yeah.
Wolf. But yeah, he gets the girl, and we find out this was actually real. We pretend it was like a dream. Katie wakes up, finally help this guy get his life in order, have a happily ever after, suddenly cram in a bunch of Sentai footage.
Right.
Yeah, remember, oh, that's right, this is a Power Ranger show. Have them beat up some generic monster and
Right.
Megazord fight. And we return finding out this ghost story has changed. His life was actually affected by Katie.
Well, it's no longer a ghost story. He lived a happily ever after life. He got the girl of the dreams.
And they lived in the clock tower together happily.
And the portrait has changed to the two of them.
Yeah, he's no longer alone. He, like, died of loneliness. Like the Beast.
Right.
And he and this cowgirl are finally together. They had a happily ever after, and it's teased that he, like, thanks Katie at the end because the bell is suddenly working.
Right, yeah, because they were trying to fix that earlier.
Yeah, Katie apparently really jumped into a time portal at this episode.
Yeah, she just fell out of time on the staircase.
And gave him, like, a happily ever after. Honestly, this was kind of a bizarre episode for this show.
Right, and I really didn't... I wasn't
Expect
attached
it.
to the Sentai footage.
Well, once again, we get, like, time travel antics in this
I know,
one.
yeah, and I really love that. And also, for when they were describing the guy and how, like, he didn't get the girl of his dreams, I honestly thought that this plot was going to be that he fell in love with Katie. And
Or
that
somebody who looked like her.
Right, and that no, it was her, because she would return back to the time, and that's why he couldn't get her.
Right.
But no, instead it's this other girl.
Sorry, catch up on comments.
Okay.
In the Power Rangers Clash of the Red Rangers, Professor Cog's backstory is never explained. He's there because, look, it's another bot. Cool, huh? It's likely possible Venjik scrapped him after his demise. He's talking about the RPM and Samurai infamous crossover.
Jeez.
Yeah, the one where I told you they only got one RPM Ranger and he's never
Right.
out of his outfits. Again, it's Power Rangers. Even Mighty Morphin had time travel episodes, yet no one in the past questions them. Yeah, Mighty Morphin also did this Old West style episode where the Pink Ranger went back in time and met Old West versions of her friends.
That's even weirder.
Yeah, it's so weirder, and they're fighting a villain who time traveled to the past, and Zordon is still buried under here, where she convinces them, please give the morphers to my friends as ancestors. We also get the iconic line, too much pink energy is dangerous. Because she asked for, like, a double morpher.
Okay.
And yeah, she and her cowboy versions of her past friends, I guess they're ancestors, became rangers and fought the bad guy in this episode. It was kind of like a throwback to that.
Alright.
But also kind of weird. Though I do like Katie. Katie's awesome.
Yeah.
She's cool. She beats the bully with her arm wrestling. She helps him stand up for himself and help the ghost get a happily ever after, which is pretty wholesome and sweet, though.
Right.
It is kind of jarring watching this episode after the whole Quantum Ranger arc.
And also after her own episode where she was afraid that they were changing the past.
And here she is changing the past.
Right.
Character development. Where do you want to put the Clock Tower episode?
Just honestly, I think low quantum power. It's an enjoyable episode for me.
I could put it low quantum power. Her first episode definitely way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this episode pretty sweet, pretty kick-ass, pretty wholesome, and teaches kids a very valuable lesson, and that is worth quantum power. All right, next episode,
God.
Wolf.
Trust and Triumph, where Wes doesn't guard the bank exit and they miss catching Nadira by like a millisecond.
Didn't you see them show up? Yeah, I saw. Then I changed the plan. You were supposed to get with that.
God, the opening should have been so much better.
Right.
Because he really could have gotten them, even with the Silver Guardians coming to get in his way.
And what did she do? She teleported out of there.
Or like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do then, huh, Jen?
Right? It's all your fault, Wes. And basically, Jen and Wes's trust issues come completely at the forefront in this episode.
Yeah.
Jen doesn't trust Wes, and Jen doesn't like Wes, thinks he's a screw-up, thinks he's a slow rookie, and the two are forced to work with each other when they fight a Dimension mutant,
Turtle Con.
right, who teleports them into the Shadow Realm. They really recycle the Shadow World from Lightspeed Rescue.
Right.
I swear, they were in the demon lair at one point.
Yeah, they definitely were.
Yeah,
When it's
the
in the, like,
columns and
ruins.
pillars, yeah, they were all there.
Right, and then of course the like grass area, I'm pretty sure was also the Hell dimension.
Right, they go through the recycled sets of Lightspeed Rescue in this pocket dimension,
Right.
and Jen and Wes are able to escape, and they're forced to work together. They have to hatch this precise plan to knock the guy out of where he's hiding and destroy his dark dimension.
Right, they have to shoot at the same time.
Also, the closest to our Psycho Rangers.
Yeah,
they get their mirror counterparts. They have to fight evil Rangers who weirdly don't talk, which is a shame because I really like the dialogue in this show. But yeah, Jen and Wes work together, and Jen finally opens up about her life, tells her about Alex, tells her basically her job, why she does this, that she believed in Alex, that she doesn't trust Wes because she was so used to her past partner. And working with Wes has not eased her out of basically the trauma she's still suffering.
Right.
And basically, Wes does help her. They work together, they form that plan, and they finally trust each other to complete the task. They have like both shoot this precise area, cause a flux to destroy the dark dimension, and they send the guy like falling out of the roof, basically. Where they finally have an epic fight scene, and it's our first hints that Jen and Wes are becoming closer.
Yeah.
Where do you want to rank this episode? Honestly, I was thinking Rookie Ranger.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit slow in the beginning, and the trust issues don't come back until like halfway through.
Right, and I also really just don't like how the trust issues are set up.
Yeah, because Wes is actually trying. Eric shows up and weirdly did nothing.
He just came to like bother them, basically.
Yeah, like Nadira's robbing the bank. They came and interfere with Wes trying to ambush her, but then Jen is like, "This is all your fault, Wes. But didn't you see the Silver Guardians held me up? Yeah, and I changed the plan. You were supposed to adapt." It's like,
you
what
never
the hell,
told
Jen?
anyone that. But also at the same point, the Silver Guardians didn't really mess them up that much. He was still able to make it to the spot he was supposed to be. Like, it wasn't like this horrendous thing where the plan just fell apart.
And even if he ambushed her, Nadira was just gonna teleport out of there. She doesn't even fight them.
Exactly.
What the heck?
Jen's plan was just awful, I guess.
Right. Might put it on Rookie Ranger,
Yeah.
honestly. Where do you, I'll put it under the Uniquely Trip episode.
Alright.
Under Bodyguard and Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was at least funny at times.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. I thought the Trust one was fine. It's a fine episode. Definitely a decent tale. But not one of my all-time favorites, and there will be much better Jen and Wes team-up episodes.
Yep.
Alright, next we get to one of the biggest episodes of the franchise.
Trip takes a stand.
Alright, I gotta use the restroom. Wolf, you want to talk about this one?
I can, yeah.
I'll be right back.
I really love it. So once again, we get another Power Rangers staple, where the villain actually isn't that villainous. They're a monster, but they have a heart. The mutant this time around isn't actually like a severe criminal. No, he's just a petty thief. And even when he's like, he really doesn't want to work for Rancic at all. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. He honestly just wants to be frozen again. But of course, can't have that happen. Frax is developing this sort of tool to basically force him to fight. And so it becomes a race of who can keep the monster safe. Trip does everything in his power to protect the monster. He wholeheartedly puts himself on the line. The Silver Guardians, Eric, sees him as another monster that just needs to be taken out. Frax sees the monster as a tool. And it culminates in a great moment where, at the power station, of course, because that's where all the fights have to take place, where Eric has his gun trained on the mutant, and he's calling out that, like, oh yeah, he's just another mutant, why are you saving him? And Trip stands up for him, being in front, and also reveals that he himself is an alien, which takes Eric back, that he thought that this kid that was always human actually isn't.
Yeah, standing up to that racist cop Eric.
Right, yeah, it really is just that.
Yeah, Trip gives this really passionate speech, too. I know it's kind of simple, but again, kid show.
Right.
They basically call out racism and judging people for being different, and Eric misses his shot. He like shoots
right. She's like, what, I missed?
trying to pretend he doesn't have a heart.
I feel like he's just denying it to himself.
Yeah, Notakon is like the most sympathetic character since, I believe, the Wasp from In Space. He's a monster who doesn't want to be evil.
I mean, again, Notakon doesn't, he wants to be frozen again.
Right, he was like arrested for petty theft. He was stealing food because he was homeless.
Right.
Again, showing this actually also helps shows that some of the mutants are not entirely evil. And that's, sorry, I moved my leg. Like, I do like that. I do like that it's showing that, yeah, there's morally gray storytelling here. It's, again, showing that Rancic might have a point that the mutants are being misjudged and mistreated by society. And this episode really highlights that. Eric completely judges him. There are no good mutant kind. And he says that to Katie.
Right.
Did you get the message? Yeah, Eric completely discriminates this character, doesn't want to hear his story, as Trip said, and we find out, yeah, Notakon is actually innocent. Frax is controlling him. He implanted that mind control chip on him, too,
Right.
and forces him to turn into a giant. I do like his barfing laser power.
Right.
Like, blah! He's like shooting lasers at
Yeah.
people. A human and a mutant getting along? Now I've seen everything.
Says the robot.
Right. I guess it's kind of foreshadowing Frax's story.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, they help Notakon, and basically he wants them to kill them now.
I do love it where he's like blowing up and he's like, "Oh, thank you, Rangers."
Sure,
It's
he's
like,
blown up and turns into an action figure.
like, it looks really painful though, but it just the voice doesn't match.
Yeah, I think it was Circuit's voice actress
I
too. 'cause
think it was,
sounded
yeah.
like her. Yeah, thank you, Rangers. Reverts into an action figure, and Trip finally puts him back in. Eric sort of apologizes for mistreating him, and we get hints that Eric is actually lonely. He's not bad. He is misunderstood. He's a loner. He has anger problems.
Yeah.
This episode has to go into S tier.
Definitely.
I think
It's
like
so good. It's a really good Trip episode.
held up all these years later,
I
too.
know.
This one, easily S tier.
Yeah.
Do I like it more than Quantum Quest?
Yeah, that's the real question.
Okay, I might do it. Yeah, I'll put it up
yeah.
there.
Yeah, again, these episodes honestly just keep getting better and better. Like, even this one will be outclassed. I'm pretty sure the finale will be at the top.
Yeah, most likely, but that's a story we'll get to soon enough.
Right.
Just to catch up on comments.
Okay.
Hey, Kat, I'm back. Just made a lot of Artemis posts. Okay, Saga's back making their art. On the 12th, I made an Artemis post for both the premiere of The Amazing Digital Circus Episode 7 and the 25th anniversary of The Grinch. Okay. Talking about the Ron Howard Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Hey, Zordon was right, though, about too much pink energy being dangerous. Just look at the Power of Pink episode from Lost Galaxy. Yeah, remember Psycho Pink almost absorbed all that pink energy and
Right.
destroyed the universe? Yep, I'm referring to the Samurai RPM crossover. Yeah, I honestly didn't think it was super bad, but yeah, the cheapness was really obvious.
Yeah.
It's bad, but it would have been cool to see Professor Cog's backstory, and he appears again in Super Megaforce. It was full of missed potential. Yeah, Megaforce was missed potential the series. Also, Time Force is my favorite season. First, of how dark it is. Second, Rancic is one of the most tragic villains, and one of the few villains to redeem himself. Yeah, Rancic is awesome.
Right.
And gets a character arc in Wild Force. Don't spoil too much, Wolf hasn't seen it yet. Rancic comes back in Wild Force,
I
and
know.
they helped complete his redemption arc. And 3 of the Megazords are cool, futuristic, with the ones, the Time Force, Megazord, the Time Shadow. Wolf loves the Time
I love
Shadow.
The Time Shadow. It's
And
such a cool name.
the Q-Rex, I love the Q-Rex too. That was also an awesome Megazord.
Yeah.
Agreed. This one, while I do like the message, and we gotta have the Trust Better episodes, it was a setup to it that wasn't really done well. Talking about the Trust episode.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I thought it was a mixed bag too. I like the Time Shadow Megazord Ninja-like design with the twin blades, and its stealth jet form is slick with the chrome and black. Yeah, definitely pretty neat design, honestly. Pretty much sort of similar to the Wasp with a heart from In Space. Granted, the other Rangers believe in Trip and this monster wanting to be good, but not the Silver Guardians. Yeah, Eric is full-blown racist cop in this
Right.
one. Don't forget Grimlord, Virtual Mutant, and VR Troopers. Mostly Toxoid, Wolfbot, Bugbot, Venonats, and Amphibious. More of his art. Who was Wolf's hottest Power Ranger? Who's your Power Ranger waifu?
God.
I know you love Viper too,
I
but
know.
Rangers.
I also love Cassidy so much.
Yeah, you love Cassie.
So much.
You will not love her in Turbo.
I know I won't. That's why I'm never gonna watch it.
Right.
She'll always be good.
Right. I really like Cassie.
Yeah.
All this time later?
I think so. Of the ones we've watched, yeah.
Right. I know Jen is great character-wise.
Yeah, she's so good.
Right. I
Dana's
really like
kind
her.
of pretty.
Yeah, I thought Dana was beautiful. Unfortunately, she had no character.
Right, and Kendricks and Corone both have their positives.
Yeah, Kendricks and Maya were my 2 favorites.
Right.
But Crone was also awesome, had a great character arc. Not my
Definitely.
Ranger crush, though.
All right. I think it's got to be Cassidy still.
Still Cassie,
Yeah.
okay. You like the the pink and Space Ranger.
Yeah.
Not Pink Turbo, though. Screw that one. Believe it or not, Cassie was not likable in the Turbo series.
I'm willing to believe that, yeah. I mean, the entire series isn't good.
Just to bring up Mighty Morphin, do you guys remember the infamous episode when Finster created the pig monster that eats everything for Rita? Like the episode because it's funny and the pig itself. Wolf has not seen Mighty Morphin.
I think I've seen a few episodes, but that was long ago.
Really long ago. Yeah, sorry. Don't have a keen memory on that show.
Yeah.
I'm watching a whole bunch of other stuff. I still haven't watched Mystic Force.
We'll
So-
get there.
We'll get there. Okay, so anyways, Trip Takes a Stand, yep, timeless, still holds up to this very day. It is not just one of the greatest episodes of Time Force, one of the greatest episodes of Power Rangers ever. It is definitely up here in S tier, and will likely be on my top 10 when I eventually get to it. Yeah, going on to Timeless right now.
Yep.
Alright, well, finally on the next episode.
Yep, we get another Eric episode in Quantum Secrets.
Where Eric wears his sexy romance novel look.
Right.
We get to see more of Eric's life. Eric lives in this poor side of town. It looks more like a farmhouse, honestly.
Yeah.
He takes care of these pet lovebirds and has the adorable little girl as his neighbor.
Right.
I swear this is just another... I swear this was the little girl from earlier, but she's not a new character.
Yeah.
Eric gets more revealed about his character. The Rangers are trying to make him an ally. He's having none of it. Meanwhile, Rancic has an impersonator monster of Leak who can steal voices. He has that weird duckbill thing
Yeah.
that can copy voices, and they want to steal the quantum power, where they take Eric hostage and hijack his Q-Rex, basically, to go on another rampage. And Eric finally starts to learn to work with the Rangers to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fully, but he starts working with them. We see Eric actually does have a nice side in this episode. He takes care of his birds, bonds with this little girl, dresses
Right.
like he's in a romance novel.
I'll never get over that. Just get up.
And don't worry, ladies, he also falls into a river and gets wet.
Right.
I think this is just the Eric fan service episode, honestly. Daniel Southworth is a pretty badass guy, but yeah. He basically starts mellowing out here. Jen, calls him out, why can't you trust us? And Eric is like, I don't trust anyone. I'm a lone wolf, that kind of thing. But we see... he actually does have a heart here. He starts listening to the Rangers, starts working with them more, and unlocks his Battleizer mode. Yeah, and an interesting twist, the 6th Ranger gets his super mode before the main Rangers do.
Thank you, mysterious benefactor from the future.
Yeah, sends him his cool quantum armor here, and the effect looks kind of funny where he's skating in midair
Right.
and flying with that thing. I know it's Power Rangers, but yeah, it's pretty unintentionally funny. But he gets this badass moment. He gets wings and weird blade roller skates things.
Right.
He chases this super speed monster and defeats him with it, gaining his Q-Rex back, and we see Eric actually does have a nicer side to him. That's basically the quantum secret.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a pretty nice, wholesome episode, hinting that Eric is starting to go down a light side path. Not fully, but he's starting.
Yeah, there's definitely more to him.
Yeah, there's more to him than meets the eye. He realizes that, yeah, he should at least work with the Power Rangers. He doesn't have to be their friends, but he'll be their co-worker. Where do you want to rank this episode? Yeah, I think Eric's had better episodes too,
Definitely.
honestly. I might put it on low quantum power.
I
Maybe
could do that.
high Rookie
I
Ranger.
could do low quantum.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
The Battleizer armor is pretty cool.
Right, and I also do love... What the... Oh, there's another episode there. Sorry, from where I'm sitting, there just looks like a black space.
Sorry.
No,
That's the photo, man. The
God.
photo of the guy
Okay.
in clock tower, yeah.
But no, I do like some moments here. Of course, I am a huge fan and advocate for more fights outside of the armor.
Right, I do like the battles on ground.
Right, and I love when he's being held hostage.
Yeah,
Because it shows all the sides are actually adapting.
And Eric is actually vulnerable for the first time in this
Right.
episode. The monster jumps him and has him at his mercy.
Yeah.
And Eric survived falling in a river, and all the fangirls got to see Daniel Southworth in a wet shirt.
Right.
I do like this episode, honestly. I'm going to put it on low quantum power then.
Alright.
Eric will have better stories, but this one, definitely decent.
Yep.
Sorry, catch up on comments.
Okay. I'm actually gonna
Pudgy
close
Pig.
the blinds.
Oh, that was his name. The glare getting too much to you?
I think so, yeah.
Definitely get to see more of Eric's good side. He's a good person deep down, despite him being a loner. Yeah, that's the whole point of this episode, though. I kind of got that impression from his other appearances.
Right. And also, of course, it helps with the two birds, because there's two of them together. And that he kind of longs for that sort of relationship.
The Red Ranger Battleizer looks like it came out of the Mystic Knight from Mystic Force. I might have butchered the name, probably Saga, since some of your letters came out weird. Okay, anyways, Quantum Secrets, yeah, it's pretty good. I'll put it on Quantum Power. Though next we get to an epic episode.
Yeah, the greatest Lucas episode. The Last Race.
Last Race, where we meet Dash, another morally gray mutant. This one is a Lucas-focused episode, and I think it's like one of his best episodes, honestly.
Yeah, I really love Dash and his characterization.
We meet Dash, who at first works as Nadira's getaway driver and hilariously cucks Gluto.
Right.
Nadira's all over him because he's hot and cool and, you know, actually an alpha Giga Chad.
I also just think she likes those kinds of boys, because even the first one with the car guy, she was still all over him.
She's into, like, bad boy mutants
Right.
with cool cars.
Yeah.
He's basically her getaway driver. We see Dash is skilled at driving. He loves to race, and we find out he's an old frenemy of Lucas. Get more Lucas backstory. They were in the underground Fast and Furious racing circuit together at some point. However, he feels Lucas betrayed him. He ratted him out and testified against him, and wants revenge against the Blue Ranger. I do find it hilarious that he tries to dump Nadira. He does not actually like her.
Yeah, that's so good.
And weirdly, we get to see the actor outside the suit. Dash gets a human
That's
form.
right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we see what he looks like without his suit, and yeah, he kind of looks like Lucas, honestly.
Yeah.
He and Lucas meet. Remember that scene where he eats a banana with ketchup on it?
Oh god, that's right.
The mutants eat really gross stuff
I
in
know,
this.
right?
Yeah, I guess it's to show you how alien they are. He and Lucas meet at a Denny's and confront each other. And yeah, we find out he blames Lucas, basically, for having him sent to prison in the first place. And we find out there's more to this story than we know. We, like, led to believe that Lucas betrayed their friendship. Lucas is the bad one in this. But it turns out, no. Dash is actually a reckless driver and almost ran over people on the streets.
Well, he did cause an accident, apparently.
Yeah, he almost crashes people here too.
Right,
He
so
he and Lucas get into a racing battle, and Lucas stops him. He believes that he's challenged him to a race to see who's the fastest, but Lucas stops him from almost running over kids who are playing in the street. And we find out he actually did ran over people back then.
Yeah, and that's why Lucas testified against him.
Right, he was his friend up until he killed people and committed a crime. And Dash actually realizes that he was wrong.
Right.
Realizes that, I can't believe it, I was so wrapped up in myself that I didn't notice it. And Nadira actually brainwashes him, forces him to fight Lucas, like plants like that weird microchip Frax also used on Nauticon, and turned him into a forceful villain fighting them. Once again, kind of like the Trip Takes a Stand fight.
Yep.
He doesn't want to kill Lucas. Lucas sees his friend in him, and they finally fight in like a Megazord duel, and also, like Nauticon, he also thanks Lucas that he's going to serve his time for the rest of his life until he can get back on his feet.
Yep.
And we get that weird scene, that dream/flash forward scene,
That's right.
where we see him as a winner in a NASCAR racing circuit.
Yeah.
He became like a legit racer and shows that mutants are getting some acceptance here, and that's Dash's dream, basically.
It's such a weird scene, though. It doesn't tell you
wasn't
anything.
sure, like-
I still think it's a dream.
You think it's a dream. Okay, I thought it was like an actual flash forward showing that, yeah, he served his time and got back on his feet doing like the racing legally now.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of a hint showing that Dash is also this actual nice guy deep down. That what he wants to be is a race car driver. He doesn't want to be a criminal.
You're right.
And again, showing that there's a morally gray story here, that some of these mutants don't want to be evil, they don't want to commit crimes. He just likes to race, and unfortunately was so blinded by it, he didn't realize the damage he was causing.
Yeah.
And yeah, Lucas actually saves his friend, and we end on kind of a comedic ending where the driving instructor wants to be a race car driver like Lucas.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. Honestly, this episode I might put on to Timeless, but what about you, Wolf?
I can put it there, yeah. As I don't really like how it's, once again, Lucas needs to go to driver's school.
Alright, I put it under the Time Shadow.
Yeah.
That good?
No, you can put above it.
Really?
Everything about Lucas and Dash is great. Everything that's not about those two is not.
Alright, I'll put it under the pilot, at least.
That's because his friends are dicks in the beginning, getting him in the reckless
That's
driving.
right, they're like screwing around in
Yeah.
the car while he's driving and make
Right.
him look like a bad driver.
Yeah, like, fucking hell.
Definitely pulled a Mordecai and Rigby there.
God, yeah.
Napkins! No napkins, no napkins! He's like doing the drunk
Yeah.
test. He sees people as speed bumps.
No, Dash, children are innocent lives. I don't care.
Not Power Rangers Mystic Force. I was talking about Saban's other series, Mystic Knight. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Did you ever see The Masked Rider Wolf?
I don't think so.
Okay, that was also Saban's series the Rangers sort of crossed over with. Here's the one with Lucas's old friend turned bad mutant Dash. This was a fun episode, having the mutant this time going through development and turning good. Yeah, that's what I really liked about it. Dash was actually a well-rounded monster of the week. I wonder Dash race with some of the monsters from Turbo, or enter the city of Corinth, or race against Grimlord mutant robot Cyclotron. That would be funny.
Yeah.
I could see a Power Rangers racing game. Which episode are you on? We're wrapping up
21.
The 21.
Episode 21, yeah.
The last race with Dash and Lucas.
Yep.
Okay, I have a silly idea in mind. If Mighty Morphin had a chicken monster that would make its cluck and squeak sounds very loud like a sound wave, and its beak would work like a drill to break buildings. I believe Zeo did an episode like this, one where the Power Rangers are taking care of babies, like these doll babies for science
Right.
class, like for home
Like
ec, how to raise your
classic.
baby, right? And the villains weaponize the baby where its shrieks can destroy stuff with sound waves. Yeah, it was like one of like the most annoying episodes of the series.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think like Sprocket like converted it into like this super sound wave cry. If the babies are ever upset, then they cause earthquakes and shatter glass.
Great.
Yeah, those were crazy
Wonderful.
times, Wolf.
Yeah, back when we did the egg test.
It was Zeo, right? I remember this one. Yeah, it was Zeo. I mean, there was a Power Rangers Zeo racing game on the SNES. Oh, there was. Okay,
makes
well,
sense.
I never played the SNES. That was before my time. How do you know the episodes if they have no titles? Oh, we got a Wikipedia open.
Wikipedia open. Also, a blue streak is just taken from the wiki itself.
Also, we kind of recognize a few of these episodes, honestly. We
Yeah.
have, like, Dash and Lucas standing here, which is a perfect image for it.
Right. Also, I think these have been in order.
Right. What do you think of a Ranger series if the Rangers were vampires and the villains were humans?
That would be entirely weird because you'd have to have the Rangers as the villains.
Right. The Rangers can't touch holy crosses or enter buildings.
That's God, yes.
The baby episode of Zeo reminds me of that one episode of Jan Person. Don't know what that is, but
No.
okay. Anyways, last race, I think it's good. I
Yep,
think it's
I
an
love
S tier
it.
episode. I love it.
Dash
Going on
is
to
great.
Timeless. Definitely the best race. Alright, next. Oh,
Yes, a great comedic episode. Love Struck Rangers.
yes. All the boy Rangers are seduced by a femme fatale mutant named Contemptra. That she has like a fake
Yeah.
name. Basically, all the boys are hit with a love spell and completely neglect their ranger duties to chase a hot chick.
I do love how Wes constantly is like, oh no, it's okay.
I'm not interested. Then she
Right.
like forces the love spell
Right,
onto
I
him.
love that.
Yeah, I like Lucas falls for a girl checking out his car. Trip falls for a nerd girl playing with like a race car drone.
But yeah, she also makes stuff.
And Wes and her meet on the tennis court. She tries hitting on him, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm saving myself for this other girl I know." And she
Right.
forces the love spell onto him
Blast
anyway.
him, yeah.
Like, why didn't she do that before?
Right.
Guess she wanted validation for her looks.
Probably.
But all the boy rangers are so in love that they neglect their ranger duties, and they refuse to help even when the city's under attack. The girls are trying to save the day. Ranzik tries to test this, making sure it's working, and fights the yellow and pink ranger.
Yeah.
Oh, girl power. I'm so scared. Not. Ranzik is based.
Right.
He beats Jen and Katie, almost defeats them until he has a mutant attack. He has to drink that serum thing. Again,
Right.
reminding you that this is his kind of weakness. And
Right.
I just like that the boys are like so distracted. They all show up at the same date fighting over her.
Yep.
One of my favorite jokes is Circuit tries calling them, "Guys, the city's under attack. The girls need your help. Tell them we're busy." He like splats
Right.
a lot.
Like hanging up harshly.
That make me laugh so hard. Just his delivery really sells it.
Right.
Yeah, all the guys are so into her and they're failing their ranger duties, but you know what the funniest part is? Jealous Jen.
Yeah.
Jen is very much falling for Wes at this point, then finds out he's into this other girl, and Jen rather weirdly and out of characterly stalks him and follows him and making sure Wes is alright.
Right.
Checking out this other girl, like, she doesn't even know it's a mutant yet until, like, partway through.
Right. I think she has the glasses to.
Yeah, she gets the glasses back,
investigate it.
scans her, and realizes it's a mutant in disguise.
Right.
I knew there was something evil about her. Her name's Contemptra, and she has love magic. Wes is under a love spell? That's great! Huh? I mean, that's terrible. I love Jen
Right.
in this episode. It is an interesting side we haven't seen to her so
Yeah.
far, and seeing her being all lovey-dovey and jealous of Wes is just comedic gold.
Right.
I like put this episode up there next to Stolen Beauty as one of the funniest episodes.
God.
Remember that one where
I
Shakina
remember.
tried to make herself hot?
Yeah.
Well, I love that
All the
episode,
men
okay.
falling for her, trailing behind her.
This one kind of reminded me of that episode,
Right.
but it's made greater because one of the girl rangers actually does love a ranger.
Right.
She's completely jealous, and Jen completely unleashes all her fury and rage on the succubus
love
demon.
that. Yeah.
Like, is bashing her. She's the one, like, wrecking her. Like, whoa, Jen, you really gave it to her, and I'm not through yet. She pulls out her BFG.
Right, gets the big weapon out. Oh, that's so good.
She's, like, using all her weapons, all
Right,
her
there's
moves,
no
thrashing
holding
her.
back.
And, of course, Jen's the one who gets to say, "Your time is up."
Right.
And Wes actually had to call her out on it at the end, like, "Whoa, you really took it out on her like it was personal or something."
Right.
Hinting that Jen and Wes do like each other, and I do like that Wes does reciprocate here, and he actually kind of trolls her a bit, and like saying, "Well,
Right.
you know, she was kind of prettier." Like, "Oh, I didn't know that was your type." Like, Jen clearly showing she did have feelings.
Yeah.
This one I have to put on S tier.
Yeah, it's really funny. I also love all the guys fighting each other in the Rangers forms.
Don't worry, we'll put her under the Q-Rex arc.
Alright.
Yeah, this one, absolute comedy gold, and actually did show that Power Rangers is fully capable of comedy.
Right.
That was something I was afraid of you watching the funny episodes of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I thought it was a laugh riot. Really
Yeah.
interesting monster.
I also love Jen blowing up on them at first.
Right.
Like, it's there, you can feel her
Her
hatred
anger.
in it, and I love that.
And all the Rangers got to be funny in this one, too. They
definitely,
all
yeah.
crack a joke here and there. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. I think this episode showed Erin at her best. Yeah, this one. Ironically, Erin loved Jen's revenge a lot more, but I think
Yeah.
Erin actually did show she could be funny.
Definitely.
I just love it. I'm not through yet.
Right.
Pull out her BFG.
Jeez.
It's basically the Stolen Beauty episode of Lost Galaxy. Similar plots with being seduced by female villains and just having a great comedic episode overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. This one, definitely S tier episode. Might actually make my top 10, honestly, because it's just that funny.
Yeah.
Love Struck Rangers is one you'll definitely be love struck by. Going on to Timeless.
Yep.
Alright, next is...
Our Peter Parker episode, Full
Full
Exposure,
Exposure.
where the photographer is tasked with getting photos of Rangers.
Right. This is the one where, yeah, a photographer takes a picture of the Rangers out of their uniform and is going to expose them. And this one is a Katie episode, because Katie is working like an internship here, helping him. She's basically helping him carry stuff around, being his backup.
Yeah.
And he finally catches a photo of the Rangers, and she becomes kind of his conscience, telling him that this could ruin their mission, it could endanger them, the public will be watching them, and Ranzik could recognize where they are, who they are, and
Right.
basically ruin their mission, because it does address the Rangers are being secret about being Power Rangers again. So, I thought this one was a fine episode.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it was an okay one. I do like Katie, don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
do like that she does have valid points. The photographer guy is a character I have a mixed feelings on. Like, on the one paw, you do understand where he's coming from. He's, like, about to get fired. He needs something that will help boost his career.
Yeah.
But then you find out he actually, like, is good at taking these nature photos and pictures of plants.
Right, but because the boss doesn't want that.
Right. It's like, makes you kind of question, why don't you, like, work for a National Geographic
Exactly,
or something?
try to branch out.
It's like, this isn't what you like doing. And yeah, he almost sells out the Rangers until the station gets attacked. He's like locked in an elevator, and Katie saves him despite everything he's done. And he realizes that, yeah, he doesn't want to endanger these people. He does learn that, you know, they have value too, that they have lives of their own that will be affected, and that his work is causing damage to them.
Yep.
And yeah, basically it's him redeeming himself, becoming a better person, and ultimately he takes the photos back and throws them away, revealing that he got a new job working for something he's actually passionate about.
Yep.
I think this one is
It's
okay.
fine,
I think
yeah.
it's another Rookie Ranger episode.
Alright.
I might put it under the trust issue ones, honestly.
Okay.
Where do you...
Actually, I think I like it better than the trust issues one.
Oh, you liked it better?
I think I
okay,
do,
I can
yeah.
put it above that. I like Bodyguard in Blue a little more, though.
Yeah.
It was at least funny.
Right.
Yeah, Full Exposure, it's a nice one. It's another episode addressing that the Rangers' identities are in jeopardy, but I didn't think it went far enough with this idea.
Definitely.
And yeah, the photographer guy had a really quick and simple redemption arc. You understand where he's coming from, but he also had like these outrageous jerk moments like, oh, I don't care, it's not my problem. Then yeah, at the end he just completely changes and turns around.
I like those moments though. It makes them feel realistic.
Yeah, it does, but I think I've seen it done better on Power Rangers.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on to Rookie Ranger. Wanted to catch up on comments.
Okay.
Sorry. Don't mean to slow it down for you, Wolf, but I do care
that's
about
fine.
our audience.
I know. Besides, we're already like halfway through.
Yeah, look at all the progress we
Yeah,
made.
no, right?
Oh man, we're nearing the Alex arc soon.
Yeah, first I gotta go through a fun two-parter.
Right. Yeah, next up is the Hollywood movie one.
Yep, with Cinecon.
Just want to catch up on some comments. Oh man, I haven't watched the episode for a while. I like the part when Bulk and Skull were cops and crashed into Angel Grove. That's still the idea of a chicken villain would be very funny. Yeah, it could be. I can see that. Did they kind of also do a chicken on Lightspeed Rescue, the Great Egg Caper with the cuckoo bird guy? Yeah, I know he's technically not a chicken,
Right,
but he's
yeah.
like also a bird-themed villain.
Yeah.
Jen, he's under a spell? That's great. Huh? I mean, that's terrible. That was so funny. I included that clip in something. Considering Dere types, how many Tsunderes exist in Power Rangers?
I don't think that many.
Yeah, and I know Jen is definitely
yeah, Jen
up there.
is the principal example of it.
Jen is definitely up there. Some people might argue Taylor from Wild Force is one too.
Alright.
But you haven't seen that show yet.
Right.
But yeah, I think she's a Tsundere. Tanaya 7 also kind of became one in RPM. I remember that one. Imagine if Wes ducked before getting hit by the spell. Yeah, she shot him when his back was turned.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Just a thought, next week, are you going to do a Christmas-themed tier list? Depends on what day it is. We have family. We're having
We have
Christmas, too.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of
We're
presents.
people, too.
Doing stuff. I had to watch Charlie Brown with Mom still.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be too busy that day. I know the weekend we have time to do stuff, but yeah. Most likely not gonna happen. I do have a video up. Go watch that right now. An episode like this were made today. It would reveal one that would be gay. That's modern Nickelodeon. Yeah, that might be true.
That's right. Didn't Disney have the first lesbian one? Or was that Netflix?
No, Netflix.
Okay.
Netflix had the first lesbian ranger, a
Yeah.
lesbian couple ranger. I believe the orange and green ranger dated.
Incredible.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. Pretty good episode. Yeah, I think this episode showed Erin at her best. Absolutely. Erin is so funny in this one. I was kind of surprised in this episode where all the guys went gaga for her. The Pink Ranger was the funniest character.
Right.
Can you imagine if Jen and Wes kissed? Yeah, they almost kissed at the end until the phone rings.
Yep.
And became a couple, and what if they got married and had kids? We later found out that Jen is her own ancestor. She wasn't related to Alex. She was dating him. Though Wolf always found it weird that Jen was into your fiance's ancestor.
Right, that's kind of weird.
He's like your 9 times great-grandfather.
Right, which would eventually make her...
Alex's ancestor.
Right.
Like his 9 times
Yeah,
great-grandmother.
that's kind of Weird.
What the?
Oh,
Ow.
shoot.
Andreas will try to come by
Okay.
later this afternoon. Otherwise, he'll come tomorrow morning. Damn.
All right.
All right.
Time
We'll
to speed things up.
speed things up a bit. Yeah, he hasn't come yet. He usually comes at like
Right.
3. They revisit this idea in Dino Thunder. Heck, even RPM, despite being dark, had its comedic lightheartedness too. Yeah, it does. Mostly through Ziggy. Get ready for Ziggy Wolf. He's my least favorite ranger. And I have the name for the monster, that being the crazy chicken, because it's cluck and squawks, and he used as Soundwave and Beaks and Drill. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, more art. There was a chicken monster in Mighty Morphin.
Oh,
Okay, there
jeez.
was. Oh, is he here?
I got a phone call.
Alright, Wolf will be right back. Oh, this was a fun 2-parter movie madness. You can tell everyone on set had fun with the homages with the different movie sets, plus Cinecon was a surprisingly effective monster. The Nick era of Power Rangers was the darkest era for all Ranger fans. Yeah, not fun dark. Evil dark. I guess Jen wanted to keep it in the family. Cowgirl Nadira, good lord. Yeah, alright, so we'll do the movie episode. The Power Rangers enter the movie world. So, a movie is shooting here in Silver Hill, and the Rangers want to go check it out, because Frankie Chang, one of Jen's favorite actors, is starring in it. Basically, he's based on Jackie Chan. They're filming this badass action movie down the street. They all show up, and the Rangers inadvertently get jobs here, but they find out there's a twist. It's the movie The End of the Power Rangers. And an evil monster named Cinecon beams them into Movie World, where he films their demise in different genres of film. And yeah, it's a pretty fun episode, going on to S tier easily. Okay, I'll put it under the pilot episode, but above the last race. Cowgirl Nadira, that's right. Nadira wanted a part in the movie because she wanted to be famous. Yeah, but my sweet, you're rich, you're beautiful, you have everything. You're the greatest creature on the planet, but I'm not famous. And Nadira cries to her daddy Rantic to put her in the movie as a villain. And yeah, this is where the fun begins. All the Rangers are beamed into different film genres. Wes and Trip are in the Old West. Jen is in a martial arts movie, like a Bruce Lee movie. And Lucas is a samurai in a Japanese adventure saving a beautiful princess. Katie, hilariously, is in a musical. I do like this episode because it shows the Yellow Ranger actually has a softer side. Katie is a gentle giant and actually into girly things. Ironic because she's the Yellow Ranger. Usually the yellow is the tomboy and pink is the girly girl. But no, it's the opposite this season. Pink is the tomboy and yellow has a girly side. Yeah, Katie's in a musical and her actress actually gets to sing and dance. She's in this suave musical number with this hot guy. And Eric later gets beamed into the movie where he becomes Tarzan. And as a lot of Power Ranger veterans will point out, it is kind of hilarious how all of these foreshadow future Power Ranger seasons. Like, oh, there was a Samurai season. There was a Wild Force and Jungle Fury season. There was a Ninja Steel season. Yeah, it's kind of funny in hindsight. You hear me, Wolf? That
Yeah.
some of these
Right.
actually did become themes for future Power Ranger shows.
Yeah.
So an upgraded version of Invasion of the Ranger Snatchers. Yep. I don't remember it that much, but I might rewatch it. Rancic was absolutely perfect in the Mad Max world.
Oh, definitely.
That's right.
Well, he
Because
is a
Vernon
Mad Max
Wells
actor.
Vernon Wells
Yeah.
was from Mad Max movies.
Yep.
And he got to do that here, driving around in the Viprari without wings.
That's right.
Have that cool fight scene. I love Eric when he gets beamed out of the movie, he slams into the wall.
Right. I'm sad that Eric doesn't do much.
Yeah, he got taken out after that.
Right.
I guess that was too much for him.
Yeah.
I put this episode on Timeless Wolf because I really liked it.
That's fair.
Did you enjoy it?
It's fun, yeah. Aside from all the Eric stuff, all the stuff that Trip and Wes get up to is really nice.
Well, I think it was an excuse to see Eric shirtless again because he's a Tarzan.
Probably.
We get to see Daniel Southworth in a loincloth and with wild hair ladies.
Right.
When are we going to get a Power Rangers musical season? Hopefully never.
Yeah.
But Disney owns it now.
Yep.
Imagine if the Rangers and their stand-ins for Rush Hour, it would have been hilarious. And if you're wondering, the Rush Hour is a movie that Jackie Chan stars in.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know he's in that. Because Frankie Chang was
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
My Frankie! Jen
That's
like
right.
panics. Rangers or Cosmic Fury kill the Power Rangers, killed in a chance to bring back the Beetleborgs and VR Troopers. Okay, yeah, this episode I think is pretty fun. I think it's a timeless classic. Do you
Okay.
like it, Wolf?
Yeah, it's fun.
I know it had that weird moment where all of them cross-dressed and all the
Yeah.
guys look like girls and all the girls look like guys.
Right. And
There's
you
some
get Rancic in the pink dress.
right? Then they go in and I stole all that water at the craft room
Right,
table.
that one did.
Water, oh thank God.
I love that. I wonder if that's just like an inside joke kind of thing.
Yeah, this one, going on to Timeless. I like it. Definitely one worth the big screen.
Yep.
All right, next is...
The Time Force Trader.
with Steelix, Jen's old partner turned traitor.
Another mutant.
Yep, and another Jen episode. Jen's former partner, Steelix, was, I believe, the first mutant officer, which also surprised me. He and Jen were partners originally until Steelix turned crooked. He became a dirty cop, making dealings with Rancic, where Jen captured him and brought him in personally. However, Steelix vowed revenge, and that revenge is now coming now, because Rancic releases Steelix, who instantly targets the Pink Ranger. I do like the opening is kind of like a slasher movie.
Once again, Power Rangers can do horror very well.
Right, he's like stalking and scoping out the Pink Ranger. He ambushes Jen and steals her morpher, daring her to come get it back but face him alone. And Jen, clearly going through, once again, some trauma here, has a dark and troubled past and is confronting Steelix on her own. Jen is now going lone wolf in this episode and rejecting help from her fellow Rangers. Unfortunately, this leads to Steelix's ultimate plan. He plans to get revenge on the Pink Ranger by making her evil like him. And Jen gets hit by the evil ray and becomes evil Jen.
God.
Yeah, she gets that gray face and those bloodshot eyes and beats the crap out of Wes. Wes's back has taken so much damage in this season.
Yes.
Yeah, evil Jen fights Wes and he saves her with the power of love. And we see Steelix actually is a very dangerous threat. The other three Rangers have to stall him.
Right.
And it helps Jen realize that she's not alone in this fight and the Rangers do care for her, help her undergo her psychology. Where do you want to put this episode? I might put it on Timeless or Quantum Power.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm between the two as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good, honestly. I do wish Steelix got a little more character because he was a really interesting threat to them.
Right.
He like sent that fake Jack-in-the-Box decoy to them.
Right.
That thing looked weird. Yes, another great episode. Steelix was a great sadistic villain, pretty much stalking Jen and even brainwashing her to turn against the others.
Yeah.
You know, I might put it onto Timeless.
All right.
I'll put it above Jen's Revenge, but under the Lucas episode, since I do like the Dash episode a bit more. Though the ironic hero is Trip, ripping the last page of the script, so the Rangers didn't actually get destroyed.
Yeah, because he needed the page to get autographed.
Right, he wanted that so badly, he didn't realize what he took it from.
Yep.
Trip was the hero. The sad thing about Samurai's only redeeming qualities is the Megazord battles and Bulk and Spike. Yeah, it was. It had really weak Rangers, honestly. Also, their mentor is a sexual predator in real life.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so that kind of damaged the show for people.
Great. First we got the Wild Force murderer.
Right.
Every
Yeah, wait until we see Wild Force Wolf with
boy.
the guy who stabbed his roommates.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah.
boy.
The Steelix episode, Timeless, going on to S tier. Pretty underrated entry.
Yep.
Alright, next is Frax's Fury. This one has to go on Timeless.
Oh, definitely.
We get two villains, Frax and Venomark. Frax finally makes his power play in this episode, and we get his origin. And this one I will be putting above Trip Takes a Stand.
Definitely.
Because, man, this was a dark, tragic, and really groundbreaking episode for the show.
Right.
This is where things get real. We find out some origin stories. Venomark, this dangerous, toxic mutant serial killer, is on the loose, and he is really creepy. I remember you were squicked out by his weird jaws jutting out.
Yeah.
Venomark is a toxic mutant who kills people by biting them, and if they're not cured in time, they will die. We find out about Rancic's cure, why he takes it, because he was a victim of Venomark too. He got bit, and this thing can destroy the mutation. It's only been extending Ranzik's life because he is a mutant. Wes manages to get a sample of it, give it to his dad, makes a deal with his dad and Eric, where they manufacture a cure. Of course, Mr. Collins wants to make money off of it, but Wes and Eric want to help people. And we find out this mutant was unleashed by Frax, who is trying to distract Ranzik to sabotage his entire cure system.
Yep.
Yeah, all of the cure in Ranzik's office is completely destroyed. Glass everywhere.
What a great scene as well with that, where everything is just shattered.
Yeah.
It really goes to show how angry Frax was when doing this.
Right. You thought, why didn't he destroy it earlier? Because he was waiting to destroy all of them.
Right. Honestly, it feels like he was also just trying to destroy Ranzik mentally with this play.
Right. And we basically get the big twist. Humans are our enemies. Humans are your enemy. I should know. I was human when you destroyed me. What? That's right. I was Dr. Ferrix. And we find out this guy right here is Frax when he was a human. Dr. Ferrix was this nice guy doctor who helped out poor homeless Ranzik out of the goodness of his heart.
Right, he made the cure for the Venomark that he has to take.
And we see the Cyclobots were originally his assistants. They were helping treat Ranzik. And Ranzik repaid his kindness with evil.
Burning down the entire place.
Completely betrayed him, left him for dead, burned his place, stole his blueprints for the Cyclobots and the cure, stole everything, and left Frax for dead. However, Dr. Ferrix survived, and honestly in a really hardcore dark scene, we see he's like badly burnt there.
Right.
He's like rebuilding himself and became completely cyborg, which honestly pretty graphic for a Power Ranger show.
Right.
He's like completely missing his arm in one scene, but hiding it under his like poncho.
Right.
Has like those severe Anakin burns on his face, and Frax rebuilt himself into a machine. He waited a long time for this, worked his way up in Ranzik's inner circle, and finally got his revenge. The Power Rangers manage to defeat Venomark, get a cure. We actually do see more nice guy Eric. He like gives the cure to an old lady who can't get any. She's like nearly dying, and Eric saves her. They defeat it, and the Rangers now realize how important Wes truly is because he ended up saving them and showed he was a valiant leader after all. Meanwhile, the villains are completely fractured, starting an enemy civil war between Frax and Ranzik. Ranzik is screwed, and Frax gets away where he kind of takes over as the main villain for a while.
Yep.
Frax's Fury, top tier episode for sure. Awesome one-off villain Venomark, and we finally know the truth about Frax. Yeah, this episode, it is good.
It's amazing.
Like, it's insanely good. I waited a long time to see your reaction to Frax was actually this guy all along. And this is why he wants revenge on Ranzik. He betrayed him, stole his Cyclobots, stole his cure, and completely destroyed his life.
Yep.
He rebuilt himself, and that's why he wants revenge on Ranzik, starting their cycle of hatred.
Oh, God, I love it, especially also because he's there to break the last vial in front of him as well, just to do his whole speech.
This is the last vial. Oops! Like smashes it in front of him.
God, it's so cathartic.
Yep. Bro, Wild Forces Red played a recurring villain on Samurai. Yeah, he did. He came back on Samurai after, I believe, his prison release. Steelix is an evil space shelf Gavin with a mix of evil VR Trooper. Okay. Sort of like the Red Python or that evil clone of Ryan Steele or Darkheart, even though he was a brainwashed Tyler Steele. I'm so gonna watch that episode. This will be my favorite episode aside from Quantum Power. Yeah, it is a great episode. I think this is top 5 best episodes.
Right, and this is the episode that also started to make me love Frax's character.
Right, I thought he was cool before. This made him a lot deeper.
Right.
Like, it showed Frax was actually a morally gray character, and kind of tragic too, because he clearly is still a villain, as we see in the later episodes, that he lost his humanity completely.
Yeah, well, because this is where he basically becomes the villain. All of his humanity is gone because of the betrayal. He showed kindness and he was given hatred, and so now he hates Ranzik.
And he decides to remake the world his way this time, where robots rule, and believing that he has a much better regime than Ranzik.
Yep.
Unfortunately, leading into the follow-up follow-up episodes, the Alex Returns arc. But Frax's Fury, Timeless, S tier. Not just one of the greatest episodes of this show, one of the greatest episodes of Power Rangers ever. It is up there. It is in my top 5 favorite episodes. Frax's Fury, definitely S tier. It is timeless.
Yep.
And then we get to
Dawn of Destiny.
Yep.
A great follow-up episode as well.
Right, so it's basically the aftermath of what happened between Rancic and Frax. The Rangers are now united as a team, I would say. They're now working completely cognitively. They have each other's back. They trust each other. Wes has completely proven himself by this point. Meanwhile, Frax slowly takes over as the main villain here. Rancic wants Frax dead. Hilariously, the Cyclobots don't turn him in. Like, they find him in the bushes, but they
Don't
say,
turn me in, please.
Don't turn me in. I'm your friend like you. Did you find anything? And they just shrug, saying no.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it did kind of show that Frax actually cared about the robots, unlike
Right.
Rancic, who made them as slaves and then kills them whenever he's pissed.
Yep.
But yeah, Frax is on the lam. Rancic is now suffering, and he desperately needs this cure. We find out the cure is still in Biolab. They're manufacturing it and about to mass produce even more. However, the cure is not supposed to exist yet. Once again, they're affecting history. The Rangers need that cure back, and Wes goes to deal with his dad to try and get it back, but the dad says no. Unfortunately, this leads to Rancic stealing the cure for himself, and Mr. Collins almost dies. Yeah, Rancic, of all characters, calls out Mr. Collins for how he's treated his own kid. It's like, you don't even treat your own son with respect. Yeah, coming from Rancic, too.
Right.
Like, he actually has a healthy...
A conversation between fathers is always good.
Right. They have, like, this father conversation, and because Mr. Collins won't let him take the cure, he shoots him, and this was supposed to originally kill him. It hospitalizes Mr. Collins. Rancic steals the cure, kind of inadvertently fixing the time stream, honestly. But yeah, he gets away. The Rangers defeat Frax's robot, but dun dun dun, Alex is back.
Yep, and he is the mysterious benefactor that
Yep.
I had been theorizing about for the entire time up until this point.
Almost fooled you with Dr. Ferrix, who
Right.
looks kind of like him. but
And then
no.
also back when Eric gets his Battle Ranger, I thought, oh, maybe it's someone from, like, Biolab, or it's, like, one of his ancestors that broke off to turn Biolab into something else.
Right, since Eric's so important.
Right.
Alex is not important to this
Right,
one.
he's
he shows
the
up at
end
the end.
reveal, yeah.
This one, do you want to put on Timeless?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I do.
I'll put it onto Timeless. I'll put it above the Quantum Source Rex episode,
Alright.
but I still like the first Quantum Quest better. Yeah, this one, definitely good Aftermath episode. It is also timeless. But then we get to part 2. It's,
Yep, the fight against fate.
right, where Alex pretty much becomes the worst character from this point onward. I believe I speak for everyone when I say, screw Alex. Screw him so hard. He sucks. Alex decides to take over for the Rangers and kicks Wes out. He tells Wes that you have to follow what time has established for you. That his dad is going to die. Mr. Collins is on life support, bleeding out in serious pain. He's not even conscious. Eric, of all people, actually contacts Wes, tells him that your dad is dying. It seems like he's not gonna make it. And Wes is destined to take over for Biolab, follow in his dad's footsteps, take what Destiny has established for him, that map ahead to his future. It's already been predetermined. And Alex takes over for the Rangers, where...
He's awful.
yeah, he sucks. He becomes the worst Power Ranger leader of all time. Yes, even worse than the Turbo Rangers. Alex is an incompetent, anger-prone dick. He cannot do anything right. He treats the Rangers very poorly, expects them to fall in line, adhere to his every word and every command, and when they push back a little, he, like, completely cuts loose and yells at them.
Do you not care about protecting the timeline?
The second part also heightens that up more. Yeah, we do
Yeah.
have the part 2
I
here.
forgot.
It's technically sequel episodes, but this
Right.
probably should have been like a whole arc.
Definitely.
But yeah.
I mean, it basically was an arc.
And it's kind of their darkest hour. Alex did not bring any hope, and This is where Frax builds his first giant robot.
Dragantron,
and it completely wrecks them. The Megazord loses for the first time. The Rangers are completely broken apart. The Fellowship is definitely damaged in this episode.
None of them even like Alex either.
Right, and it ends on actually a very depressing note where Wes is looking over his father on life support, remembering what Alex said. By tomorrow, he was destined to die.
Yeah.
And that's where it ends. It is a very depressing
right?
episode. Yeah, the Rangers are now completely broken. Frax is winning, and Mr. Collins is gonna die, and Wes is stuck in a crappy future he doesn't want.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is actually a pretty heavy, dramatic, and tragic episode, but that's what also really makes it good. Such a great moment when the other Rangers stood up for Wes. Yeah, that unfortunately comes in the second part here. Yeah, here's Mr. Collins fully recovered. And I think from what Frax said, I think it foreshadowed Venjix's reign of terror. Kind of. Not too much continuity there, Wolf, if you're worried.
Alright.
Yeah, they're not going to reference too many Ranger shows. Where do you want to put the first Destiny part?
Oh, God.
I'm thinking quantum power, at least.
Alright. I can put it there, yeah.
I'll put it high up.
There's really small moments I love from this. One of them being, of course, Eric telling Wes, because a part of it, it does feel like he's about to show emotion, but then he immediately slinks back into his colder demeanor to tell him.
Oh, that's right. Part 2 also had Eric leaving town, not telling anyone. There was a deleted scene also here where Eric was supposed to quit and like give Wes his resignation letter, but it was more so because he didn't like that he had to take orders from Wes.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid too, and unfortunately kind of made things weirder in the next episode where he's skipping town and apparently told no one. He gives a little girl his birds.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, this episode I'll put on to quantum power, but speaking of which, we got the follow-up here.
Destiny defeated.
One of Wes's most satisfying episodes, so surprise, Alex still sucks as a leader. He is still terrible, and this has his worst moment where all the Rangers get beaten. They're on the ground, depowered, bruised, and bloody, and saying, "Get up! What are you doing laying around? Don't you care about the future?" And they finally call him out. They finally stand up to him, telling him he sucks. They want Wes. Wes makes peace with his dad, tells him that he's sorry, he just wanted his own life, and when he's driving all the way to the business building, he realizes that this is not what he wants. He wants to be by his friends, and he knows they need his help. And Wes abandons his job out of the limo to go save his best friends, saving them at the last second from Frax and Alex's own stupidity. Yeah, you say destiny is not predetermined. I choose to form my own destiny. And right now, I want to save my friends. And yeah, he finally tells Alex he's an idiot. And Alex, at the urging of all the other Rangers, tells him they need Wes. And he reluctantly gives the Morpher back to him. Wes quickly proves to be a much better leader as they finally defeat Dragantron with him.
And also with Eric's help.
Yeah, Eric helped too. Eric shows up, and this was kind of the one flaw of the episode. We don't get an explanation, but Eric is like leaving town. He's like taking a cab out. He gives the little girl his lovebirds.
Right.
And at the last moment, he sees the fight going on, decides, yeah, I'm going back and I'm staying.
Yep.
And yeah, it's not really explained well. It's a bit choppy, and some scenes were really missing here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alex has his one redeeming moment. He goes to Mr. Collins and gives him this high-tech device that brings him back to life. Yeah,
Right.
Mr. Collins is saved, and he sees Alex, thinking it's Wes by his side. And Mr. Collins gets his redemption arc started in this episode. He realizes that Wes's destiny is to be with the Rangers. He only planned for his future because he wanted what's best for him, but he realizes Wes has formed his own life, formed his own path, and now he's going to support him on it. Which, honestly, pretty heartwarming. I do like that scene a lot. I do think the finale definitely was much better.
Yep.
Because it's all their arcs coming full circle. But yeah, this one I thought was pretty good. Where do you want to put it, Wolf?
I could also maybe put it into timeless, maybe closer to quantum power.
Really? Okay.
Uh,
This one I'll put I'll put it above Love Struck Rangers,
Yeah.
honestly. I'll put it under the Q-Rex episode,
Yeah.
though.
'Cause, yeah, it's still really good. It has all the touching moments, but oh my gosh, do I hate Alex so much.
Alex is awful.
Once again, what did Jen ever see in him if he became like this?
They even call her out on it. What did you ever see in that guy?
Right.
And Jen is reflecting on that. Unfortunately, she doesn't dump him until the finale, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alex,
Where he's somehow even worse.
he sucks. He did not get better.
I know.
They like gave him one nice moment, but he saved Mr. Collins, and then he's back to dick mode next time we see him.
Right. And like I kind of understand where he's coming from because he's focusing more on the mission, to protect all of time.
No, Wes did not see his own grave. That was the Japanese version.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, apparently he
the
saw
hell?
he died.
Oh, yeah. that makes-
Wolf, would you believe it if I told you that in the Sentai, Alex was the twist villain?
What?
Yeah, the original Red Ranger didn't die, he faked his death, and actually came back revealing he was the villain in the Japanese version.
How the hell is he Don Delero?
No, he's actually the corrupt head of their evil justice system. That Time Force is actually a fascist regime deliberately oppressing the mutants.
Alright, what the fuck happened? I need to see Ranger go.
Yeah, and remnants of that kind of oozed over into the American show. That the
Yeah.
Red Ranger was a twist villain. That Time Force was actually
Jeez.
evil and deliberately oppressing the mutants. That they were both bad guys fighting other bad guys.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy. What I can't believe is the Power Ranger series have technology that doesn't exist yet in the real world, like the Biolab having the tech to recreate the serum that Venomark bites can affect. I think they tried like replicating the chemicals, and that was like the basic science of it.
Right.
Great moment with Wes and his dad here. Yeah, I do love them here in the hospital where Mr. Collins finally starts atoning for his past misdeeds. Hey, Kat, I made it finally. So what did I miss? We're wrapping up the Alex arc right now.
You missed the first 30 episodes get ranked.
Can't wait to see the dating wedding episode. Oh yeah, that one's coming right next. The Undercover Rangers.
Yep.
Time Force is a highly underrated series for Power Rangers. I think it's one of the best shows of all time. True story. Yeah, many of the Sentai based off Power Ranger series were bizarre and weird like that. Yeah, the Japanese
I
versions
know.
are way weird.
I know.
Unfortunately, Turbo proved that we should not be adapting them into English. Just to bring up Operation Overdrive, in the episode when Norg runs away from his home, since Furiosa kept being harsh to him and went to Monitor Lair, which is dumb because Yetis only live in the cold. Yeah, he was a snowman and he just went
Right.
to the modern world. Okay, yeah, to wrap up the Alex arc, actually ends on a high note. I will put it onto Timeless. Alright, final round, Wolf, we're almost there. Next is Undercover Rangers, another comedy episode.
Yep, and another Wes and Jen pairing.
Basically, the Wes and Jen rom-com, they find out something weird is going on at this new gym in town. That the people going there are acting bizarre, gaining super strength seemingly out of nowhere, and there's this really sketchy, like, salesman guy working there. So, they need two Rangers to go undercover into the gym. And we get to Jen and Wes in their most stereotypical Poindexter outfits ever.
Yes.
It's so funny seeing Aaron and Jason dressed as like these weird Urkel nerds.
Right.
Right? They're so like nerdy that they make Billy look like John Rambo. It's like so weird. They dress up as the nerds. And I think the idea was to make them look like unsexy
Make
and
them
weird.
look weak and just that they need this kind of thing. Yeah.
Right, and it's basically the Jen and Wes rom-com.
Yeah.
And I do like it for that. They find out this gym is actually a front. Frax is converting humans into robots like him, trying to build new Cyclobots, and all the people signing up for the gym are being brainwashed by this juice and converted into soldiers, basically. He's starting the early steps of this, and the Power Rangers are interfering with that, and we get the return of Jealous Jen. Like, where that woman is, like,
Or he's
flirting
just
with
flirting
Wes.
with her. Yeah. at the
Or she's
desk.
flirting with him,
I
honestly.
know. It goes both ways, really.
Like, oh, nothing,
About the
Albert.
muscle.
Glad you stood by me, Albert. And I suppose you had to let her feel your muscles, too. And Jen is so immature,
Oh,
but
God,
I
that's-
really love it.
This also has when Eric shows up and she
Right.
fawns over him.
Follow these guys showed up just in time. Oh, thank you. She, like, hugs grabs him and tries
Right.
to go in for a kiss, and Wes is like, oh, that's enough.
Even Eric isn't into it.
Jen is like so hilariously immature in this
Right.
episode, but it's clear she is definitely in love with Wes by this point.
Yeah.
She wants him. She wants to go out with him, but she's stuck in between Alex and Wes. But this one, she cannot stand Wes being with other women. It's so funny, though.
I
I
know.
want to put it onto Timeless, honestly. I know
Alright.
Wolf might not because it's so silly.
Right.
This one, it's just so fun. I'll put it low on Timeless.
Where would you even put it?
Honestly, I might put it above Jen's Revenge.
Really?
Yeah,
You like it that
it's
much?
funny, man.
Jeez.
Oh, and the monster is also voiced by Loyax from Lost
That's
Galaxy.
right.
I recognized his voice
I
instantly.
know, right?
He used the exact same voice.
I can go above Time Shadow at least.
All right, I'll put it up one. I
Yeah.
know you're kind of mixed on it,
Yeah.
but it's funny.
I
And
know,
seeing her
I
this
know.
immature is just hilarious.
Yeah, I just like it for Frax.
She's gonna grope Eric. Oh, thank you. Alright, catch up on a few comments. So basically, like that one episode of Sailor Moon from the original anime.
Ah, yes, that one
Episode. Have to clarify, guy. Also, I'm watching both Pokemon Season 1 and Horizon. Oh, pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Dear Solera, another Sailor Moon reference episode. I don't know anything about Sailor Moon.
I haven't watched it in a while, and I haven't even finished it. I got up to one of the filler seasons that everyone hates, and then stopped there.
Yeah, these next two episodes are definitely insane. This one has very funny moments with Jen and Wes dealing with Frax and his cyborg conversion plan. Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. I'm gonna put it onto Timeless, even with Wolf here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's funny, man. And also, Frax is cool.
Yeah.
Put on S tier. Undercover Rangers, comedy gold.
Yeah.
The Black Knight episode.
Yep, time for an episode that has no Rancic whatsoever.
Yeah, so this is like the first episode where the Rangers fight something completely out of their ordinary story.
Right.
Okay, so Wolf, believe it or not, the creators behind Time Force or the people adapting it were hoping that the show would be the Rangers dealing with time shenanigans,
Yeah,
and
that's
this
so
was
cute.
kind of another one of those episodes that leaked over that they eventually
Right.
adapted. This is where Wes gets his battleizer armor fighting a Black Knight. So the Black Knight is trying to open the sacred box to gain the ultimate weapon. However, he's unworthy, and he travels through time trying to find people to open the box for him and challenging people, seeing if there's another one worthy to prove that he's the best guy ever. However, being worthy means something completely different. He thinks it's who's great at fighting.
Right.
No, it really means who's pure of heart. And the Black Knight terrorizes Silver Hill and the Rangers. And it is a bizarre episode. This Black Knight guy going on a horseback, riding around town, cutting people.
Right.
I do like that one scene where this couple in
Yes.
the car, it's like, would you fight and defend me? You bet I would, babe. And the knight shows up. Quick, fight him. Are you crazy, babe? He has a sword. He's like cowering behind her.
Right. That relationship did not last.
And they also dump the pizza duties on Trip.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Trip volunteered to get pizza for us, but I didn't. Oh, thank you, Trip. And they send him out, and
Right, and he gets attacked by the
Yes.
knight.
the knight ran over the pizza, and the thing, oh, dude, you don't have to make up crazy stories. Just tell us the truth that you dropped the pizza. And Trip finally calls him out halfway through. See, I told you it was a
Right,
knight.
that is so good.
Yeah, they deserve that.
Exactly.
But yeah, they fight the knight, and it turns out the knight is traveling through a time portal to medieval times in the present day, and yeah, they have to fight him, find out where he's going, and track him down. And this is basically another Wes episode. Wes goes through the portal and fights a dragon, uncovering the magic mystic box, revealing that he is pure of heart, and he gains the Battleizer armor, this cool knight-themed armor where he vanquishes the Black Knight.
Yeah.
This one I actually do like. I remember seeing this one at Dad's place for sure, and
Right. Don't we
it
also
stuck
have
with me.
We had it on VHS as well.
Yeah, it was like in the Greatest of the Red Ranger collection.
Yeah.
This one was the Time Force one. And yeah, I think this one is Quantum Power.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, it belongs up there.
I'll put it under the Destiny episode since I
Right.
know you love that one
Yeah.
more.
And again, I've told Kat this. I love this Battle Riser armor dynamic with him and Eric, where Eric's is from the future more so, while Wes's is from the past.
Right, just like he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, this one, underrated episode, pretty awesome, and a rare one where the Rangers deal with an outside of context problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, definitely a good watch for tonight,
Yeah.
going on Quantum Power. And this one has Wes dealing with his medieval Black Knight out of all things for his battleizer. Yeah.
I know.
The fight with Wes and the Knight were fun, but unfortunately the CGI dragon that was guarding the box didn't age well. Yeah, early 2000s CGI.
Yep.
Honestly, I remember the dragon looking good as a kitten, but yeah, now that I've seen more effects, it does definitely
Yeah.
look cartoony. I have seen a lot worse. It looks like a Goosebumps effect, but I'll put it on Quantum Power anyway. Definitely going up on A tier. Alright, time for Lightspeed. I think this is our first bad episode.
I know, right?
The Rangers meet the Lightspeed rescue team. Vipra is back from the dead, and she forms a villain alliance with Ransik and Nadira to unlock a super demon to, you guessed it, take over the world.
Of course.
And Carter Grayson comes back, bringing his old team out of retirement to fight Vipra and her demons one last time alongside the Time Force Rangers. The old team meets the current team, leading to a crossover that should be epic, but wasn't. This one, Wolf, I know you had
It
this feeling.
starts so promising.
It started out very good. First, Vipra's back, my Power Ranger waifu.
Yep.
Really love her. She's awesome and has those creepy dead eyes. They gave her those white pupils. Yeah. The CGI actually looked pretty good on her. Vipra's back and she teams up with Ransik and Nadira. Has a very interesting plot. She's stealing this super crystal to unlock a demon. I did find it funny that she couldn't bring the crystal through the glass when she tried using her ghost powers. Couldn't do it. She teams up with them. Love seeing the villains team up. Unfortunately, it's kind of short-lived. And then, halfway through, we downward spiral. It starts out so good. Carter Grayson comes along, saves their asses. They fight the knockoff ghouls. And we actually get a montage seeing where the Lightspeed team is at. I do like seeing where they're at, what their lives are like. Joel and Miss Fairweather are finally married.
Right.
But then when we get to the climax, it rushes so much and completely wastes a lot of the good ideas they set up. It's so disappointing. This actually made it on F tier on my crossover ranking tier, Wolf.
Yeah,
I
can believe it.
Wasted my favorite character, Vipra, and the Lightspeed Rescue Rangers are not that involved in it. I swear Carter's the only one who talks to them.
Right, because the others just save them from being captured. Which is a cool moment.
Right. Vipra and Nadira should have been what Trakina and Corone was, but wasn't. Yeah, sexy villainous fight. I would have loved to see Vipra and Nadira going on a Villain Girls Out Shopping montage, having fun. That would have been the hottest television ever, but no, they don't. It feels like Vipra barely even bonds with Ransik and Nadira.
I know, right?
She just needs them because they're main villains, and we don't really get too many interesting banter between them, just a basic villain plot.
Yep.
And they brought the Viprari back. I know Wolf loved that.
Yep, got raised from the dead.
That car is awesome, okay?
I know.
Unfortunately, Ransik and Nadira kind of awkwardly disappear in the final battle. We don't even get a scene of them leaving or teleporting. They're in there, then suddenly they aren't. And, my favorite, the Lightspeed Rescue Rangers show up and out of nowhere, Eric and Ryan show up in a car.
Right.
They step out, no dialogue. They say, we made it, and that's it. And finally got all 12 Rangers together, and they one-shot Viper on her Super Demon.
I love that so much because it's oh man, we gotta get on Battle Riser forms, and it's the 3 from Lightspeed with the 2 from Time Force,
right?
And it's it looks like it's gonna build up to this giant attack. No,
boom! This one shot.
Right. It's this shot just a single rocket and it just killed both of them.
They anticlimatically kill off Vipra twice. Twice. The Super Demon, also stupid. Generic monster of the week. He did nothing.
I know.
He did nothing. He shows up, laughs evilly, and he and Viper are charging together, making you think there's gonna be some big attack. And you didn't even notice Viper was with him when he got vaporized. It was that
small.
quick. Unfortunately, I thought the ending was also good, but not at all earned, where the Lightspeed team and Time Force team exchanged jackets.
Right.
And that would have been so good if the crossover didn't suck.
Right.
I did not like this one. I might put it on Your Time Is Up, honestly.
Definitely, yeah. It's such a disappointment.
So disappointing. It started out so promising. Yeah. Vipera, your time is up. I have actually been thinking about doing a fanscription, like what I would have done for this crossover. Might actually make a video on this crossover.
Okay. I can do the art for it if you want.
Would you?
We could try to elevate
Yeah, I was
it,
also going to go cheap and have some still images from the show since I thought that would be easier.
No, I can try to draw
If you guys are interested, I might do a what if the Lightspeed and Time Force crossover was better type of video, what I would have done, how things would have played out, and honestly give us a much more satisfying crossover than what we actually got. But this is easily the worst episode of the series, not even close, disappointing. The Lightspeed team deserved a lot better. Don't worry, Wolf, we'll get a better crossover in Wild Force. Yeah, the Time Force crossover is pretty great. Did you mention that Vipera's actor was terrible in this crossover? No, she was done dirty in this crossover.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
She's a fine actress.
Yeah, I think she did pretty good. Definitely over the top at times, but that's Power Rangers.
Exactly.
So, Cat and Wolf, what do you think of Rancic as the villain in this series? I talked about it earlier. I liked him.
Also, it's always creepy whenever he pulls out his bone swords.
Those look gnarly.
I'm still amazed they got away with that on television.
Right. Sorry, catch up on comments.
Okay.
Lightspeed crossover was lame. Absolutely. Sigh. Time for Lightspeed. What a disappointing crossover. Absolutely. So much build up to the Super Demon, and him and Viper are anticlimactic dead in seconds. Fail. Yeah, that pew! And that was it. In the world of Power Rangers, that was even a lame explosion.
I know. And you had 5 battle armors all attacking together, and that's the best you can do.
Right. Only half the Rangers were even needed to kill Viper.
Right, and then they also try, of course, like the Psycho Rangers crossover where the colors team up against the other color.
Almost to the big fat wedding episode. Don't remind me. Alright, yeah. This one, going on to F tier. Easily worst episode of the series. Yep. Let's move on to something fun with
Reflections of Evil.
This is the mirror episode. Yep. Remember, Lucas is addicted to his mirror and has like that big bowl of hair gel and all those hairsprays.
God, I hated that so much. It just takes a huge amount for it.
That was like insanely big.
Right, like my God, dude, calm down.
This big ass bowl of blue hair gel to be specific. So the Power Rangers get trapped in the mirror universe, where we get to use all the unused Sentai footage. They basically fight a bunch of monsters that they never fought in the main show.
There is only one that is like an old foe, but then the other 2 are like, we've never seen them before.
Yeah, who are you? Oh, they were in the Sentai footage.
Right.
Yeah, they get trapped in a mirror universe, and Eric, I believe, also actually helps them in this one. I like that he shot the mirrors and they reflected.
Oh, that's right, because he's stuck in the middle and it goes all around him.
Yeah, basically, this is kind of wrapping up all their unused Sentai footage before the finale ones. Where do you want to put this one? I thought it was okay.
Right. I honestly thought it was going to be a more bad luck episode when it first started.
Because Lucas broke the mirror, but no, it's just a pun with the mirror.
Right.
Lucas got 14 years of bad luck.
But it's fine. He's going back to 3,000.
Yeah. I'm going to put it on Rookie Ranger, honestly.
Alright.
I'm going to put it under Uniquely Trip. That one is funny.
Okay.
Maybe under Bodyguard and Blue, too. Yeah, this one was honestly a fine episode. It could have been better, but that's really all I have to say.
Yeah.
Pretty okay. Alright, next is, oh yes,
it's
Nadira's Dream Date.
Oh, it's so good. It's so cheesy, but so good.
And we get to see a lot of great comedy and weird antics with the villains this time.
Right, we get rancid comedy.
Right, and Nadira finally gets a spotlight episode. So, Lucas writes a poetry book, and he wrote a loving poem for his car, of all things. And during a fight with Nadira and the Monster of the Week, he accidentally drops the book, and Nadira finds it, where, of course,
she thinks it's for herself.
She thinks the Blue Ranger is in love with her, and Nadira instantly falls for Lucas, wants to go out with him. Like, it's the Blue Ranger. Oh, no, he's the ugly one. Coming from Gluto.
Right.
Like, one of his funniest jokes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rancic doesn't like this idea, but reluctantly goes along with it. And believe it or not, Wolf, this was actually supposed to foreshadow that Rancic had good in him because he prioritizes his daughter's happiness over his hatred of the Rangers.
It really doesn't read like he's been like that all the time. He's just always been a doting father for her.
But this one, like, just really went all out with
yeah.
it. Rancic
God,
becomes the most hilarious, overprotective dad and has this weird dynamic with Lucas. You will give her these gifts and chocolates and flowers. You will treat her like a princess.
Right.
Is watching them in the bushes and their dates.
I also love during the fight, he gets mad at the guy, like, no, don't hit him. You can go after all the other ones, but
Like
the Blue
pulling on
Ranger,
his
it's off
tongue.
limits.
Don't harm the Blue Ranger. And he's like, are you okay there, pal? He's like
Right.
dusting him off in the
Right.
battle.
Right in front
No
of
hard
everyone.
feelings.
Yeah.
God, imagine watching the main villain just come out and, like, treating him like a friend.
Right, just helping him up. Like, oh man, are you okay there?
All right, making sure nothing's broken.
Like, what the hell?
It's just so funny because of how weird it is.
I know, and that's what makes it's God. It's so good.
Where do you want to put it,
It
then?
has to be in Timeless. It is too funny not to be there.
Right. I'll put it definitely above the wedding episode. Where do you want to put it? I think
Oh God.
it's kind of hard because it is pretty hysterical.
Right.
Okay, I'll put it under the movie one.
God. Okay.
I think that's a good spot. Definitely
Right.
one of the funniest
Yeah.
episodes. And if you're curious, Lucas's plan backfires. He has that moment where he looks like a dirty hobo.
God, they dress him like
Hello, babe.
make him like a douchebag.
He hasn't showered in a week, and he's
Right,
also
he's
broke.
He's a jerk there.
Yeah, Nadira rejects him, and this backfires horribly because now Rancic wants to kill him.
Right.
So it tells the monster to attack the blue one
But I thought
specifically.
the blue one was good.
That was last time, now it's this time. And he sends him to kill Lucas, and
Right.
Lucas at least finally gets to kill the monster.
Yeah.
Finally airs out his rage. And yeah, Nadira also gets asked out by Gluto. And
Right.
it's pretty funny. I'm desperate, but not that desperate. And like slaps him on the table.
Yep.
He deserved that. Yeah, this one, pretty funny. I think I might put on Timeless. I can
Alright.
hear the street sweeper coming. Yeah, this one, S Deer. It is funny, and Rancic and Nadir are definitely the MVPs in this episode. Southern Belle Nadira was just about as good as Amy's Tracy. Oh yeah, where she's a Southerner trying to hit on Lucas on the first date.
Oh, yeah.
Hi there, Blue Ranger.
Right.
Oh god, I wasn't expecting Rancic to be a parent like this. It's so funny. He's like standing in the bushes watching them date.
Right.
Give her the present. Give her the gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was a great misunderstanding episode. Absolutely. Power
Yeah.
Rangers doing one. This is funny. What did I tell you? Attack everyone but the Blue Ranger. Anyone but Blue. And he pulls on his tongue.
Right.
Kate Sheldon's a masterpiece. Yeah, that's, I think, Nadira's actress.
Probably.
Yeah. I'll give it some credit. That's actually good use of the Sentai footage, unlike how a few of the seasons handled them later. Megaforce. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Cat and Wolf, it's not your fat wedding, Cat and Wolf. Your name's Cat and Dog. I'm Catastrophe fully. He's just Wolf.
Yep.
He's too cool. He murdered his own name.
Yeah, like Chuck Norris.
Oh goodness, guess Nadira got the wrong idea about Lucas's palm.
Yep.
Yeah, this one was a great misunderstanding episode. What I can't
Yeah.
believe that this is one of the few moments where Ranger is afraid of Rancic up close. It's kind of funny. The main villain's telling you, you better treat my daughter well.
Right.
Imagine if they went further with this. No, you gotta please her this way.
Go slowly.
What I found more embarrassing is seeing Nadira overdressed in the first date. Yeah, she's
Oh,
like
yeah.
wearing that huge plump dress.
Right.
This is why Nadira was better than Divatox. Kate was charming and not annoying. Absolutely, because
Yeah.
Nadira's basically a big kid.
Yep.
And she treats like fighting the Rangers more like a game, whereas Divatox was supposed to be taken seriously. Which didn't work. Okay, anyways. Yeah, this one, definitely a dream date. It is timeless. Going on to S Deer.
Yep.
Next, we get to Circuit Unsure. This one's another one I thought was fine. I thought Eric was the highlight of it, fighting the mutants in the duel where they
Yeah.
have the guns.
There had to be something lost in the Sentai footage.
Right, so Circuit has a glitch out. He tries to hack intel about the future, but he gets a block and it messes up his mind, destroying Circuit's confidence. He believes he's worthless, that he's defective again, but in reality, he's not. Alex, like, blocked him, like, gave him an inhibitor chip or firewall or something, and he's not helping them when they need Circuit, of course, on this deadly mission. Ranzik's last monster of the week is going to blow up the city, and they need him to hack the nuclear reactor computer to stop the detonation. And the Rangers actually do kind of struggle without Circuit helping them here. Like, Katie and Wes are both holding up that iron door from closing.
Right, because the self-destruct can only activate when all the doors are closed for some reason.
Right, and Eric actually fights the monster this time. Eric fights this guy, and they have that gentleman's duel where they shoot each other fast.
Right.
That was pretty funny, honestly. So, Alex eventually tells him the truth, and Circuit gets his mojo back, helping them defeat the detonation. And, yeah, basically, they cherish Circuit at the end, and Eric does start to show that he is a competent ranger here, because he handled it all on his own.
And once again, Alex is a dick.
Yeah, screw Alex. This one I thought was another fine one.
Yeah, definitely.
I might put on Rookie Ranger.
Really, Rookie Ranger?
Oh, you want to put it on?
I thought it was Quantum Power, at least.
I'll put it low on Quantum Power. Yeah, it has a nice moment. I do like Trip and Circuit's relationship here, and Eric was the most MVP, the highlight. He was great. I like this one fine. I'll put it on low A tier. Alright, next, Wolf, the penultimate episode before the final arc.
A calm before the storm, and your favorite type of episode.
A shitty-ass clip show, as Doug Walker would say.
Yeah.
This one I might put on our first Cyclonaut, because it's a clip show.
Yep.
It shows you everything from the past season, recapping everything from Time Force for any late viewers or children who didn't see certain episodes, and man, I do not like these type of episodes, especially in current year. Clip shows are definitely outdated. I know it's supposed to recap everything. I know we didn't have easy access to media, like you couldn't use the internet or buy the DVDs or watch on streaming.
Right.
This one, it has some nice moments of the Rangers talking about how far they've come, how they're bonding. We get Jen and Wes sitting on the roof here. I believe their first time on the roof.
I know, right? I think it's the only time any of them go on the roof.
Basically telling how they're scared about the future, but they know they still have to complete their mission. They're coming close, and the one story bit that happens here is Ranzik runs out of mutants completely, and he finally sends Gluto out to hunt Frax.
Yep.
And yeah, Gluto's like tasked with the search party, combing the entire city. I might put this one on Cyclonaut, honestly, because I do not like these types of episodes, and we're going to be seeing more of them in Power Rangers, Wolf.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely just a generic clip show.
Yep.
But we made it to the high note of all high notes, the finale.
The end of time.
The 3-part series finale to Time Force. And yeah, I think we all agree this one is number one.
Top.
Guys, this isn't just one of the greatest episodes of Time Force. This is considered on par with In Space's finale, Countdown to Destruction. It is epic, emotional, deep, compelling, and very badass. Has a lot of great action scenes. Feels like a full-blown finale and end of the story. Ranzik has completely lost his mind here and making one last-ditch effort to conquer the entire city. They finally locate Frax, and basically a lot of dark stuff happens from this point onward. Frax is brutally tortured, held in that prison cell where he and Nadira have that speech. Nadira starts her redemption arc here. She has a fight with the Green Ranger, but then there's like a pregnant woman in the crossfire, and they put aside their fight to help her out. And
I do love how Trip is like, no, not now.
You have to do this, Nadira, and it forces her to help deliver the baby.
Yeah.
Nadira actually saves a little child's life, helps deliver the baby, and realizes that she doesn't like being evil, that this is like an innocent baby, it hasn't done anything wrong like other humans have, and starts to regret her villain path, leading to her going down the road to redemption. Meanwhile, Alex sends a time ship telling them that they have to come back because the Time Force Rangers and Ranzik are destined to kill each other in this final fight. They are not gonna make it, and Wes decides to send them back. He reads the manual and dupes the other 4 Rangers into going back to the future because he doesn't want them to die. Meaning Wes and Eric are the last defense against Ranzik.
Yep.
And it is epic. Wolf, what did you think of this finale?
Love almost everything about it. There's a small thing in it.
End of time, what an epic finale to the series.
Yeah, but if you haven't liked Frax or Dr. Ferrix up to this point, you will love him here. The deep conversation he has with Nadira is the whole thing that I've been alluding to, is that this series has beautifully done the cycle of hatred theme. So much better than Last of Us Part 2 could ever do. It is incredible. The talk of anger, how hatred just cycles more hatred. The lines like, your father hated me and destroyed me, so then I hated him.
And tried to destroy him.
Right. And it's just gonna keep doing it. And that he tries to turn Nadira away because he basically laughs and scoffs her off like, oh yeah, you, like, as if you could care about anything. And then she apologizes for everything, even using his old name.
Right.
We get the cheesy moment as well.
Like, there's hope in her. That kind of came out of nowhere because he never did that before, but it's like the last glimmer of his humanity.
And then he apologizes. He's breaking down, saying that, no, there is a way to stop all of this.
Unfortunately, really depressing and dark turn. He's like reprogrammed.
I know, and yeah, he's just dead. When she talks to him, he's just a robot, and a tool. Exactly what Rancic saw them as.
Right, he's just a mindless robot praising Rancic and delivers his final giant robot to him, fighting in his name. The Cyclobots completely turn the city into a war zone.
Yes.
I love these finales of Power Rangers where it looks like a complete war zone. Everyone's fleeing in terror. The minions are shooting up the streets. There's like fire and rubble everywhere.
Right.
Like the Silver Guardians are trying to hold the line and escort civilians out. And Part 2, easily my favorite. Wes and Eric are like the last line of defense and finally make their friendship. They finally amend everything, finally come to terms with each other, finally realize that we're both the same. We changed and forged our own destiny. Others told us we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that, but now we're Power Rangers. Oh. Alright, hang on, Wolf's checking out something. But yeah, I think it's a pretty dang good finale. I love the final battle on the clock tower. This was a really epic climax. The destruction of the clock tower, easily dramatic. Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. Wolf's back. Talking about the clock tower battle, and
Yeah,
I love
so
I love the reaction you had when the Cyclobot found them and it
Yeah.
saw the lights were still on.
Right.
That scene always, you really got to me whenever I saw it. Loved it as a
Right.
kid, and like, oh no, they actually found the base.
Yeah.
And the battle on the clock tower, easily one of their best fight scenes.
It's amazingly choreographed.
Like, so cool. They're fighting in the set we've cherished for a long time, breaking robots, and they fly up the bell tower before it explodes and say their lines real fast, fly out of there. But, and yeah, what Eric also gets shot in the end. He like takes a laser beam for Mr. Collins and Wes. Mr. Collins finally completes his redemption arc, goes around the city saving people, gives his limo to a mother and son who are wounded.
And to other people that might need it.
Right, helping people, searching the entire city just to make sure his son's okay. They finally reunite, he apologizes for being a bad dad, makes amends, and unfortunately, Eric gets shot. Eric takes a laser for them, and believe it or not, Wolf, I said this before.
He was supposed to die.
Yeah, Eric was actually supposed to die in the original version, but apparently the studio liked him so much they kept him alive.
Yeah, I think that's better as well, honestly.
Yeah, and Daniel Southworth is now famous, so yeah, definitely a good choice. Yeah, Eric finally gets that satisfying moment where he trusts Wes and gives him the Quantum Morpher. They need to alter the Q-Rex because it has the crystal causing time ripples.
Yep.
And yeah, he finally gives Wes the Quantum Morpher. Wes has that really sad but awesome final stand fighting an army of Cyclobots and Frax, like
All
charges
by
in there.
himself, yep.
The Rangers are again being told by Alex, well, you have to have your memories erased.
God,
you
that
have
was
to
the
move on.
most awful thing he could have ever done.
It's like, what the hell, Alex? Like, you didn't erase your memories.
Right.
But yeah, he's gonna erase them, but Jen decides no. She loves Wes and wants to save him. The Rangers want to stand with him, even if they're destined to die. And satisfying moment, she dumps Alex, gives him back his ring, and Alex has to accept it and gives them the Megazord because it's faster, leading to the really epic showdown. They kill all the Cyclobots, they destroy Rancic's giant robots, and unfortunately, Frax dies, and that scene always scared me as a kid. Like, always felt sad for him. His, like, face falls off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We told him to get up, and he just
Like, the
breaks.
stupid robots, and his, like, face, like, breaks
Yeah.
and shatters. That scene always
I
terrified
know,
me.
and it's sad that that's how he goes out.
That's how it goes out. Nadira's, like, the only one who mourns for him, showing how far she's come.
Right.
She's, like, cradling Frax's leftover corpse.
Right.
Rancic completely blows her off and decides to kill the Rangers himself, leading to their final showdown. Rancic, like, kicks their
I
asses.
know, they stand no chance against him. It is hilarious how he just easily, like, one-shots all of them.
Right, he slashes them with his bone blades, and Rancic does finally get damaged, and we see his mutated side, and it is freaky. This
Yeah.
also terrified me, his, like,
God.
sloping eye and severe burns. He's bleeding green mutagen.
Right.
Yeah, yet it's not, it won't harm the children if it's green blood. Yeah. Rancic is, like, brutalized so savagely, but it leads, of course, to our last great scene. He chases Jen into the warehouse and accidentally snipes his daughter. Nadira was saving a baby caught in the crossfire, and he mistook her for his archenemy. Because I guess it was the pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nadira gets sniped, and this is like the first time we see Nadira in very serious pain. She's usually beaten comedically, or has the cartoon Ash, or pushed in the bushes, or,
Right.
or junk. But yeah, she is actually wounded, and she tells her dad that she wanted to save the baby, and gives this speech about how people can change. There is value in other people's lives. It's like, are we really the innocent ones, or are we the bad guys? And Rancic holds the baby, and it reminds him of when he took care of his daughter. He was so blinded by hatred, he almost killed the only one he ever truly loved. And Rancic surrenders peacefully to the Power Rangers.
God.
Yep, they don't beat up the villain, blow him up, send him back to hell. He surrenders thanks to the power of love. Wolf, how did you feel about that?
I don't like how quick it is.
Yeah.
It really is a 180 turn for him. Like,
Yeah,
I'm ready to go back and do my time.
I'm ready to pay for what I have done. Linkara also had the same feelings, because he pointed out that Rancic did seem like he crossed way too many evil lines, that we needed a little more to it.
Right.
But-
Honestly, if he killed Nadira, I think that would have been better.
Right, I actually like it. Nadira is still alive. She does come back in the crossover
I mean, yeah, of
too.
course.
But yeah, Nadira and Rancic actually surrender peacefully, realizing that they are the bad guys. They break the cycle of hatred themselves by paying for their crimes.
Yes, they let go of their anger.
And yep, the Time Force Rangers succeed. Rancic and Nadira are brought back alive, but they have to go back to the future. The time stream has to be repaired, and they have to all leave, and it leads to this scene right here, Jen and Wes's final goodbye. I do like the curtain call kind of exit we have, where all the
Yeah.
Rangers each say their goodbye to Wes, like Lucas, then Katie, Trip and Circuit, and of course, finally, Jen. Jen and Wes were supposed to kiss in this finale, and according to Judd Lin, his original ending, she was supposed to stay. Jen was supposed to stay in the past, defying destiny, and she and Wes were, I guess, gonna have Power Ranger children together. But yeah, she was supposed to stay, and this would have tied into the main theme that we make our own future. Unfortunately, the studio changed it behind his back, leading to Judd Lin quitting the show. And he saw how Wild Force turned out. But yeah, Jen ultimately decides to leave, but I will say it does have an uplifting feel at the end still. Even though he didn't get the girl, Eric and Mr. Collins are all total bros now. They all like each other. Mr. Collins is now going to protect the city for free, and he wants Wes as his advisor, if on one condition, Eric be's his partner.
Yep.
And the future is looking bright, where we get the flash of the Time Force badge one last time.
Yep.
Ending on a very uplifting, bittersweet, happy ending. And yeah, it's awesome. It is up there next to Countdown to Destruction in terms of epic finales. I really like it. I see why the fans absolutely love this. Wolf, you love this finale
I
too.
do so much.
Right? I do feel sorry for Frax, but it did lead to Nadira's redemption, so I'll
Right.
give them that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, it is timeless. It is easily the best the best arc of Power Rangers Time Force.
Yep.
Check it up. Comments one last time. Yeah, not a lot of Ranger couples did get a satisfying kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the executive producers were allergic to romance. Don't worry, we'll
I-
have gay characters because the kids will be into that.
Well, look, this is in the 2000s. Of course, people were not it much in line with it. It was still the battle action shows have to be for boys, and they don't like that stuff.
Batman and Wonder Woman kissed on Justice League. Why is it so
I
bad?
know. I'll never understand executives.
This episode also causes a lot of backlash of fans that Jen and Wes never kissed. Yeah, they get a hug.
Right.
But I guess it's because Jen couldn't stay with him. I also heard some people were fine with it because, you know, Jen might be Alex's great-great-grandmother.
Right, it's kind of weird on that part, which is why I'm actually fine with both endings.
What do these guys know about what kids like ever? I agree, it was a dumb change. Well, this was fun, Cat and Wolf. Sorry that I missed practically half of the tier list. I'll try to make it to the next one. Until next time, Cat and Wolf, bye. May the power protect you. Bye, Chris. Once again, glad the Rangers stood up for themselves and go back to Wes. Absolutely, 100% is great. I'm glad Eric didn't die. Me too. I was actually glad he didn't. It would have been sad if he did, but I could see some people finding that more, you know, more dramatic that way,
right.
More interesting if, yeah, the heroes lost one and the villains lost one.
I'm also sad Wes never used the quantum morph. He only really used the gun
He
part of it.
He summoned the Quantum Ranger and the gun, yeah.
But
the Q-Rex, sorry.
Yeah,
the Q-Rex.
I kind of wish he was in the suit for it as well, or like changed between them.
Right. God, that prison speech with Frax and Nadira is Oscar-worthy.
So good, yes.
Yeah, it's one of the best scenes of anything Power Rangers.
Everyone needs to watch it.
Have a great day, you two. Bye, Tails. You mentioned Power Rangers kids, like the rumor of Wes being Sky's father because of the uniforms. Yeah, Wolf, if you don't know, one of the SPD Rangers' father is a Time Force Ranger, and they were hinting that it might have been Wes, but it was later retconned that no, it was like a mantle passed on to someone else. Yeah, lame. We see Time Force existed before SPD was made.
Okay.
Which is weird, because that SPD takes place in the future of 2025, and Time Force is 3000.
Right.
Yeah, they did not do the math well.
Unless the Silver Guardians is renamed to the Time Force.
Yeah, Wes could still be passing the Morpher on, and that's how Alex eventually gets it. Yeah. End of Time, it is timeless. It is a classic. It is up here in S tier. And we did it, Wolf. We did them all. Only one garbage episode, but a lot of A and S tier, honestly. Yeah, some mid-episodes, the clip show, definitely a weak episode, but it's a clip show. Yeah, easily, the worst experience is easily the Lightspeed team-up. This is rock bottom bad. As you can see, got some okay adventures, and I think these ones belong exactly right here.
Definitely, yeah.
But a lot of awesome episodes. Easily our number one is The End of Time. So, if you don't mind, Wolf, I'll do what'll look like our top 10 Time Force episodes. Yeah, let me count. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So it's
7,
up to
8,
the movie.
Okay, so number 10, the movie episode. Yeah, it's a funny one. Definitely enjoyable. The actors had so much fun. It is definitely worth the watch. Number 9, the pilot. Yep, kick-ass entry. Kick-ass introduction to a kick-ass series. It is awesome. Then number 8, the Love-Struck Rangers. Comedy gold. Absolutely worth a watch. Jen is the funniest character in this. Destiny Defeated. Yeah, this one, very satisfying. Wes definitely became one of the greatest Red Rangers after this episode, and it has a heartwarming resolution between the father and son. Number 6, yeah, the Clash for Control. The Q-Rex is awesome, a lot more time travel hijinks, and pretty much cemented Eric as a fan favorite. Number 5, easily Alex's return episode. Yeah, I thought this one was a great follow-up to the Frax's Fury episode, a good aftermath fallout, and definitely made a lot more high suspense for the show. Quantum Quest, yep, badass intro to an epic 6th Ranger. Eric absolutely steals the show in this one, and has a lot of the coolest visuals here. Definitely in my top 5. Trip takes a stand. Yep, all these years later, it holds up. This is easily Trip's best episode, and one of the best lesson episodes of Power Rangers. This one absolutely needs to be seen.
Yep.
Number 2, Frax's Fury. Yep, this one's perfection. Absolutely love it. Gave Frax a very compelling character arc, dark moments, dramatic turns, and a really solid ending where Ranzik suffers comeuppance. This one, easily my second favorite. But number 1, End of Time, as we talked about all this time. It is awesome. Absolutely worth the watch. I highly recommend watching the series just to see this finale because it is one of the greatest episodes of Power Rangers of all time. Well, if you really liked it, anything you want to add?
I don't think. Other than definitely watch for the speech on hatred.
Yeah, that is very good.
It's amazing how deep it is, and it's put in a show like Power Rangers of all things.
Well, this was a great list. Hope for more Power Ranger episodes tier lists and maybe even mentor and main villain tier lists in the future. Yeah, I gotta watch them shows still. A Power Rangers Aliens tier list? I might have to make one, but there's like so many. Was the garbage episode the Black Knight one? No, it was the Lightspeed Rescue crossover. That one
the
sucked.
Black Knight one is actually fun.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely interesting. I put on A tier. Yeah, sorry, Anime Night. I
Yeah.
thought it was alright. We are in 2025 and yet no aliens. That's why it's funny. Have a great day, you two. Bye, Tails. Okay, so caught up on comments.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, this completes our tier list. Remember, End of Time #1, and skip the Lightspeed Rescue crossover. Easily one of the worst crossovers.
Yeah.
Check out my tier list video if you didn't see that yet. But as you can see, a lot more good than bad, showing you what a all-time classic Time Force truly is. Alright, so before I wrap up, Wolf, anything you want to tell the audience? Any new projects?
No. I got nothing.
Anything new on streaming?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay, so I made a new review recently. It's on Patreon. Go check it out. It's a Bossa Nova review. Yeah, I think you guys might like it. Hopefully it's fun. I wanted to do that. Sorry I didn't get to do the top 10 Time Force episodes yet. Don't worry, the idea's not dead. I'm just very busy right now. It's Christmas season, got a lot of other stuff to do, and yeah, I decided to do this tier list to apologize for its delay. This is currently my thoughts on Time Force, so as you can see, a lot more positive than negative this time. This may change if I ever do Operation Overdrive, though. So for future tier lists, I plan to do Hazbin Hotel this weekend. I want to do an updated version of Season 2 characters. Don't worry, Wolf, you don't have to join me on that one.
Good.
But yeah, that's our most likely one. Winter-related tier list, I still gotta rank the Penguins. Not sure if Wolf will join me on that one, but yeah, the Penguins definitely also in consideration, but next most likely is Hazbin Hotel. And go check out my new video on Patreon. But thank you all for watching. Glad you enjoyed this tier list. I love making them, and hopefully I'll get Wolf on board for another one. We're gonna watch Wild Force next, so got a lot of fun and depression to look forward to. But for now, we'll finally set you guys free and you can all go enjoy your lunches. So, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, or just tune in for more videos posted here on Wolf Entertainment. I'm your host, Catastrophe,
And I'm Wolf.
and we'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.
May the power protect you.
God, 3 hours. And then also...